Hey guys, welcome back to the Campfire Podcast. We're your hosts. Me.
Okay, Myles.
Chris.
It's the
Yeah, we're
squares.
squares.
I'm like pointing at you guys, yeah. We are squares. Wait, hold on. I'm not a square. I'm a circle.
No, you're a rectangle.
You are a rectangle.
That's good.
But we
Alright.
come to you with after a few weeks, all of us finally in a podcast together, but not like
In person.
physically.
Together, but
Yeah.
together.
That's not gonna happen. Y'all gotta just take what you can get. Alright. Either you're getting a podcast somewhere,
Damn.
or you're not getting a podcast, alright? Don't get mad. Don't get mad.
That's
Put it down on the foot.
honestly.
But yeah, we're all in 3 different states. So yeah.
I'm about to say I'm in big Philly. Dirty Philly. Sorry, let me stop.
Dirty Philly's crazy.
I can't diss Philly like that. I love the city. Trust. I don't want nobody coming after me. I love the city. It's amazing. City of brotherly love, whatever they call it. Great over here.
Whatever they call it, it's crazy. I'm Maryland. I don't know anything about Maryland. I'm supposed to be in DC, but I live in Maryland now. DMV. Pretty cool. It's like the driving place, but better.
Don't say that. They gonna be pissed. And where you at, Christian?
I'm in Jersey still.
Big Jersey. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I'm closer to New York, so I'm in New York now.
No.
I'm in Jersey. I'm in Jersey.
I was
I'm in
like,
Jersey.
we're New York adjacent, which basically is New York City. Honestly, I'm from the Bronx.
Nah, it's different. It's different. But I'm in Jersey, in my dorm. So yeah, you can see my poster.
Valid. I'm about to say amazing movie. If y'all haven't gone seen it, well, we'll talk about that whole issue later about the animators and writers. But y'all should still go see that movie because it's fantastic. They worked that hard and it was really good.
Facts.
But since we all are in different states for this amazing institution we like to call school, that's gonna be our first topic for today.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's
sir.
catching up on school. Y'all like that
love talking
transition?
about school. I was
You get it with the transition. I remember from the last podcast that we did.
Yeah, talk to me.
Oh, quick little notice. So my microphone
Oh yeah.
cord doesn't work. So if my audio sounds like, don't get mad at me. All right, it's not my fault. We're working on a budget. All right, we're gonna try to get the mic back.
Boom.
Big balling on a budget.
It's been no problem.
Yeah.
So that's just that. That's just that. All right.
But yeah, so we're talking about school. Who want to go first? Catching up the audience on how the sophomore year has been, because we're about to go into our third year. You feel me? Junior year.
We are.
So we're gonna talk about our sophomore year. Who wants to go first?
I gotta talk about big Spanish. You love the Spanish journey. All right, hold on. Okay, so I think my last time I spoke about Spanish on podcast was my first. Oh, was that all sophomore year? Oh, wait, did we do fall semester? Did we ever do a podcast?
Yeah, we did a podcast for fall semester.
Okay.
Mainly from January onwards.
Okay, got it. I got you. Second semester. First semester, lady, only knew Spanish. He was not preparing me to be a novice Spanish speaker. My second teacher knew how to do her job. I struggled very hard. He was like, what day of the week is it? I'm like, it's Wednesday.
Oh shit.
Marks off. It was in Spanish. I'm like, no, I don't know my Spanish places because he didn't. And that was basically me the entire semester. It was just like that. Anytime she was like numbers, I was like, bro, I know my numbers to 10 best.
Oh,
And that's on a good day.
on a good day.
On a good day.
On a good day, you don't know any numbers past 10 in Spanish.
No.
Viernes,
okay.
40, 50.
You didn't say a word. You're just making noises at me. I don't know what to tell you. I just don't know what to tell you. Okay, that's a little bit of a joke. I kind of know what you were saying. But in all honesty, throughout that class, and she was strict. She was like, there's no makeup work.
Oh,
If your work is late, too bad.
fair enough.
There are no, I know I'm not curving your grade. Your grade is your grade. There will be no curve. So I worked hard in that Spanish class. I was on Duolingo, not every day. I was on it every day for a little bit, and then I fell off. But I was on the Duolingo. I was on top of the homework. I was answering questions in class. I got so good at answering questions in class that she remembered my name, and she told me on hallway once. She's like, "Oh, Julian." I was like,
Hey,
"I made it."
Hey, you're like,
hola.
hola, exactly. It's like, hola, señorita.
No, it was really like
¿Cómo
that. It was really like
estás?
that. I was trying.
Tú
I was
eres muy
trying so
bonita.
hard. I was trying so hard to know Spanish in that class. Still couldn't get an A though. That was not going to happen. We were hoping that we wouldn't fail. I'm going to keep it real.
Honestly
But
though, I get that. It'd be like that. You try so hard and it's like, oh, I'm not gonna get an A. We just need to pass. We need to pass.
college
Sometimes that's all you need.
mentality. So that was Spanish class. Next class that was really important. What's it called? Damn, so far away from last semester. It was a class. Oh, science and policy, bro. I had two teachers, both of them eating dick. Those motherfuckers were
Okay.
not trying to give nobody an A.
Wait,
I'm
wait, wait. Let's
telling
run
you
that back.
right
You
now.
said they're doing what now?
Eating pee-pee. All right, I'm just keeping it real. All right, propriety of truth and honesty. I'm just keeping it real. You ask the people in that class last semester how they feel about teachers. They were eating pee-pee because on multiple occasions they will put out the guidelines for an assignment. You know what teachers do? They post the thingy. They got the guidelines right there. Like, hey, what they want. I'm meeting the guidelines. They'd be like, I remember one particular assignment. They were like, no more than 4 or 5 sentences, short paragraph. I do my short paragraph, answer the question, put on the word. Hey, huh? What did I do? Then little comment notes. You should have added more information. It's 4 to 5 sentences. My niggas wanted quotes in the short paragraph. It's no longer a short paragraph. It's just a regular paragraph. Damn near an essay. Why would you lie to me in the directions he wanted me to do more? Just ask for what you want. Multiple assignments, I promise you. The final was like it was an essay and a video based on the essay. These niggas changed the rules of the essay
They switching it up.
like 3 times. We went to 2 different in-person meetings, right? Because they would do like, workshops, right? You go in class, right? We did one workshop, they were like, no, they're pretty good. It's almost done. The person who was like being like, I guess you could say in charge of the group, right? Was like, we got to go to another meeting. I was complaining because, mind you, I didn't want to go to this meeting. I was like, we already went to a meeting. I don't want to go. It's early in the morning. I have other panels to worry about. I do not care about this class like that. Because I was also almost at A. But I was like, I'm gonna go. You never know. These niggas was garbage. Tell me why they were like, your whole essay garbage. Start over now. I was so upset. I had to rewrite my part. I have a very small part, to be fair, but I had to rewrite my part. I didn't want to rewrite my part. I
It
started
wasn't that
doing
much,
things.
but still, that's not the point.
Bro, exactly. He was like, he wrote like 2 paragraphs, and dude was like, I have to rewrite all of it, bruh.
That's pretty much exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was. It was so annoying. And then they gave it the B.
At least you got to be.
Fast.
Listen,
I mean, still, but
He's
you gotta be.
pretty good.
exactly.
yeah, those
That's like
those two classes like the main.
it's a solid 3 on your GPA. You feel me?
B's nice. You look at a B and you're like, huh, that's cool.
I'll take it. I'll take
You look
it.
at a B minus here, like could be better, but it's alright.
Exactly. But like those 2 classes were the main ones, main actors in my last semester. Other than that, I feel like there's probably something I'm forgetting. There probably is. But overall, that was like the main highlights of my semester, class wise.
Okay, valid. Who's next?
I'll go.
Okay.
For me, I won't talk about like class specifically, just like the overall vibe of last semester. This semester I was like, okay, we're gonna get back. We're gonna have a good semester. Try to do what we've been wanting to do. So January I started off, had like the best January I ever had. Started posting videos.
W content.
Yeah. So but I would just take like newspaper illustrations I was doing for like the school newspaper, making that into videos. First one was my avatar one. I was pretty happy with that, and I did that
Hey.
for like, I think till March or April. Then I kind of fell off, and I have not gotten back
Happens.
on yet. But I'm planning to get back on
Bro,
soon.
dude said I kind of fell off. Nah, he fell. He fell.
I
And
fell. I
kept
didn't get
falling.
back up, but it's not like I didn't want to get back up. It was just like, you know what? I'm gonna take a little break down here, and I'll get back up in due time.
I want to lay down. I'm taking a break. Just give me a
Anyways,
second.
I tried animation, very time consuming, but the result is really nice to look at. It's cool to just be like, damn, I really drew all those drawings. And all those drawings turned into like a motion of like something moving. I was like, damn.
I've seen the behind the scenes. It's pretty solid, honestly. It's really good.
Could never
I've,
be me.
It really could. It could never
honestly,
be me though.
animation is like the one thing where I'm like, it's not for everybody. Cause like
It's
honestly,
not even close.
it
What?
could
Bro.
it could give some people panic attacks because like it takes so much time and effort, and then looking at like some like Cross the Spider Verse, I'm like, bro,
No, when they say, anime community, when they be like, oh, those animators don't go home and they are slaves
when
chained
it
to their
crunch
death.
time happens,
Now that I have like a slight understanding of like what's really like to animate individual, those they don't go home. They just don't. They just never go home.
I
There's no way.
remember vividly during one of my finals. I was working I think I was working Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday on one animation. And I was working for like I think like 6 hours a day. By the end of those 3 days, bro, I looked terrible. I
Bro,
had the darkest circles under my eyes. I felt
Now imagine
so
for
tired.
all that hard work, right? You put on all that hard work, you get paid 50 cents. That's them animators, bro. I never,
No. You
never
miss
that.
one part, and then the director's like, "Hey, yo, I
Change
think we
it.
should just like cut that shit out, do it over
Exactly.
again."
Do
I
it
was
over
killing-
again, bro. Oh no.
Nah, somebody.
Right.
Wait, no. Even worse. Forget do it over again. We're cutting the scene actually.
Cut
Oh.
the scene.
Oh,
No. I would be like years off my life.
you spent
On
3
this
months
piece of
off.
paper.
You don't see your family. You don't see your kids. You don't see your pets. You spent 3 months on that scene. Next thing you know, they're like, nah, include it in the alternate version. Actually, cut it all together. We don't need it.
Yeah. So respect to the animators. Besides
Nah,
that,
for real.
I had my illustration classes. Tried some new stuff out, like comic zines, storyboarding. I did like a trading card. It was cool. It was a much more peaceful semester compared to my fall semester, which I needed.
Nice.
Nice to know.
So yeah, it was overall good semester. Not perfect, but good semester.
I'm happy for you. That's good.
It's good.
That's
Yeah.
good. For my semester, well, it's kind of weird. I've had 3 terms.
Bro's
since
still
here.
in his semester.
Exactly. No, seriously,
Bro
I got
never left.
finals. I never left, bro. I've been in school since
Finals crazy.
last year, bro.
August.
Bro,
It's
oh
just
God.
barely September.
No. Someone's like, "Hey, yo, Myles, see you next summer." I'm like, "Bro, what next summer?"
What next summer? I'm literally gonna be in school for the next 2 summers. I don't think y'all understand. The only time I'm out of school is 2025, and the next 2 terms, and we don't count that because I'm
I
gonna be
leave
working.
when I graduate.
Exactly.
Catch up with me when I graduate. I'm gonna keep it real.
No, seriously though, that's the thing. It's like I'm about to start working from September to March, but I'm gonna still take classes because why not? Get ahead of my credits. So I'm gonna still be in school. I've literally been like that's the thing I was telling I forgot who I was telling somebody this the other day, but I've been in school since last year September all the way till now. Like I haven't I've taken a week. Yeah, because that's the way Drexel works. Have 10 weeks of school, week break, come back. Like that's literally.
That actually make me throw up.
Yeah, that's been my life. But
the
it's
sigh
not
for me.
it's not all bad. It's not the thing is right. So winter term, I'm gonna just break it down to you. From January for like 10 weeks later, so I'm gonna assume that's like March, right? From January to March, I was taking 20 credits. I was stressed, but it was manageable because like it was a consistent stress, right? So it was like, all right, you got a lot of class, you got a lot of homework, but you just do it day to day. Spring term, I wanted to throw up. I wanted to yeet myself into the ocean because it's the thing is, right? I was taking 17 credits, which is like a lot of work, but it's still manageable, right? What didn't help was adulting and life. Basically, life came and life hit me fast. I had to get my license. I had to organize things with like health and like dentistry, credit. and then start applying for co-ops. But the thing is, in order to apply, you have to get your life together, as in your resume, your LinkedIn, your portfolio, your website, your art, your everything has to be in order. Your references, all of that, in order to just apply it for co-ops and jobs. So meanwhile, I'm doing all of that while also taking classes and doing X amount of hours of homework, right? So it kind of just was like, now I can't be like, just got to get through the day, get through the week, get to the weekend and take a break. Now I got to plan and be like, okay, so if I have to do this in 3 weeks, that means I have this amount of time to do this project and then to do this and then to work on this and then to email this person and then to call this person and then to set up a meeting with this. And it was just a lot of adulting. And then it all came to an end in June. And then summer, because I went to be around for co-op, was more the opposite. So it went from like me doing schoolwork and sort of getting that part together to just getting that part together with a little bit of schoolwork. What also didn't help in the spring term, which was from like March to June, was the fact that I thought I was going to at least have like, I was going to do well in my classes. I didn't think I would struggle. There was one class that I just could not connect in. Like I could do it. It was hard. It was a struggle. You feel me? And it was basically a class where we had to make our own publication. And meanwhile, it was fun. It was really fun, but everything I designed I thought was ugly. I was like, I can't make something good right now. I don't know why, until the very end when I had to do it all at once. So,
Gotcha.
there was that. But other than that, it's honestly been pretty chill. Now that I actually got a co-op and I started working soon and I got to get a new apartment, and then that's another thing too, having to figure out apartment and just adulting. Adulting life is getting very interesting. So,
Amen.
but that's
This is the rest of your life, so
exactly.
yeah. that is the funnest part. The funnest part about adulting is, bro, there is no end in sight at all. You just keep going.
Just keep going. But the good thing is though, once you get everything in order, it's calm. It's manageable. It's very manageable because there's no homework. That's the thing they forget to tell you about life. When you work it and you get paid and there's no homework. Now there might be times where you gotta work overtime or like do some work outside of it, but that's rare. And most jobs you start to realize that there's certain seasons where you're in a rush and then other seasons where you're really not doing anything. Like depending on the job, of course. But there are some jobs where it's like, let's say a good 6 out of 12 months, maybe 7 out of 12 months, you're kind of not really doing much. Going to a few meetings, handling a few like calendars or sheets or like Google Sheets or whatever, right? A few Excel sheets. And then you got a good 3 to 4 to 5 months of just 8 hours of, just keep going. Again, depending on the job you're working, but like just keep going, keep grinding. But the good thing is you have no homework. So it's kind of like stress, crunch time. But then afterwards, it's chill. You can go on vacation.
You got your 9 to 5 year. You're in the 9 to 5. You're dying. You're dying. I'm not gonna make it.
And then you make it. And then it's like, oh, I can actually afford to have fun. I can go on vacation. I can hang out with my friends. It's
exactly. College student life is really, really terrible because you get the hard part of the 9 to 5. I'm not gonna make it for a whole couple of months, and then when you get to the other side, you're like, I'm poorer than I was before. Hold on.
Exactly. You don't get paid. You don't get paid.
And if you do like a job on top of homework, then you're doing
forget. Oh, I'm not gonna make it. I didn't make it.
That's another thing I forgot to say about my school year. Basically, I kind of set myself up for this, but I wanted more money in it. So
we all do.
Exactly. I asked for a promotion in my job, and I was like, great, cool, fantastic. I love this. But then that came with a lot more responsibilities, and a lot more of a supervisor role, as in more emails and more calls, in which I can do. I just don't like doing. Because why do we always have to sound so professional? Why can't I just put like a little lull in an email? You feel me?
I hate talking like that. It's so annoying. I don't talk like that.
Yeah, I ChatGPT it. These days,
No. Now, I can't do.
they,
The reason why I can't do ChatGPT is because I write better than ChatGPT. Every single time they're like, "Oh, write an essay," and then I would like, let me see what ChatGPT got to say, and I regenerate like 5 times. I was like, "Yo, this sounds like a fifth grader wrote it." Who? What is? No.
see,
I'm
not
not
to
doing
see
that.
that. No, you know what I'm saying. You can't just take the essay. You can't just take it raw. Pause. That's crazy side. It's crazy side. It's crazy.
Yeah, spicy on the podcast. Can't just take it
Crazy
raw.
side. Crazy side. I'm off my game today.
This is a
Anyway,
clip. This is a
Crazy.
clip. Calling it.
you can't just take the essay as it is. I have to leave that there. All right. Anyway, you gotta
It
go
was a
back to your
protection.
old. You gotta go back to your roots. Paraphrasing. And by paraphrasing, I mean you're going down line by line, and you look at it. You're like, did that sound like
Bro,
something I would say? Tweak it.
bro,
And
what?
what sounds okay, you leave it in.
Yo, when you said go back to use paraphrasing, I know for a fact everybody in elementary school when they learned about paraphrasing and they're like, oh, the definition of paraphrasing when you take something and you change like 5 to 10 words to then make it your own. Everybody, like you said, used to go through it line by line and be like, just change 5
Would I say that?
Uh,
Yeah, I would say that. I would say that. I would say that.
Someone
And they'd be
says,
like,
yeah,
why you plagiarize? I'm like, but
No,
I
I'm
would
not
talk the exact same
plagiarizing.
way. What do you mean?
exactly. I was paraphrasing.
See, and when you get really good at paraphrasing, it just looks like you're writing. But you know you didn't write a lot of that. But it looks just like you're writing. It's not
Fair
just like
enough.
So that's how I get down. Now I'm not doing all my essays. It's just that, if it's something I really don't feel like writing, paraphrase.
I will say, actually, you know what ChatGPT does help with if you're like just as an actual some advice, maybe not essays, but like if you got to do, I wouldn't say a cover letter, but more just like
I do that.
templates. Yeah, like
During,
templates for things.
Oh yeah,
during
yeah,
the
it does help with
summer,
that too.
I was applying to jobs on this thing called Upwork. Basically, what I would do, I would ask ChatGPT to make me like a cover letter, essentially, and then I would just kind of, I wouldn't take it like verbatim. I would just change it
Mhm.
around so it fit the actual like job itself.
Job.
And
Yeah,
it fit
exactly.
with,
Like I said,
how I write it.
template. Like I did for my LinkedIn bio. It's kind of like you can use ChatGPT and then just change like what you like.
Well, yeah.
Like
I do that sometimes with like emails and stuff. Like if I gotta send an email to somebody, I'm like, I don't really know what I want to say. Okay, I'll be like, oh, make me an email, and I'll be like, okay, I can shift this around to say what you want to say.
But then it's so weird because it's like a letter, but it's not. But then you also you have to be like respectful. But everyone has a different way of emailing, and if you're looking at like the ladder of like power, if someone in a higher position is trying to email you to set up like an interview, and they respond with like with one sentence, and you got to be like, oh yeah, great, thank you for that, for your consideration and everything. And you have to have like a bit more.
Yeah,
Just
you
to
gotta.
sound like, but yeah, I honestly, I get it and I understand, the office, but I just like, can I not just put like a little great, thank you, lol, and then just continue like a text message? But it's fine, it's fine.
Yeah.
Next time, just be like,
Anyway.
thanks, bro. Peace.
Exactly. Thanks.
Thanks, bro.
ChatGPT got it, and this whole AI thing is kind of current and kind of new, just like the current news that we're gonna talk about.
I thought you were talking about. Wait. Oh wait.
No.
Anyway, but
Ah,
anyway.
no. L
See,
transition.
I was like, well,
forgot.
because
Oh, transition.
yeah,
Transition's
I
the
apologize.
wrong
It's all good.
direction.
It was a good transition, but not in the right order. Not in the right order. My fault. Anyway, I'm just jump to the next segment. Anime.
Wait. No.
And-
I can do a transition. Okay.
Oh, let's hear
So we
it.
talking about
Yeah.
transition. We want to talk about a transformation in One Piece. There you go. And now
Oh,
we're now in the
oh.
intersection.
you brought it together. You brought it together. Let's go.
That was cold. So Luffy, Gear 5, One Piece. Oh my goodness. I don't even know where to start.
Peek.
Okay, here's the thing, right?
Peek.
Y'all two read the manga. I don't read the One Piece manga, right? So then, one, I also don't care about spoils because okay, that's another thing. This whole section, if you watch anime, listen to anime, or read anime, all that, spoilers. Just everything that we're about to talk about. Spoiler warning.
It's spoilers.
Huge spoiler
We're
warning.
just going hype. We're just going hype. We're just
Hype,
thinking spoilers.
Yeah, huge spoiler warning. Christian for the later anime.
Really,
Huge spoiler
really-
warning. Yeah, just huge spoiler warning for everything. Now,
Yeah.
I got spoiled for One Piece, just like a few panels, but I also don't care about spoilers mainly because I want to know how we got there. I want to know the journey, right? So now I'm binge watching One Piece, right? We get and everyone's hyped. Everyone's hyped for the reveal episode. I liked the reveal episode. Off of first watch, now I was watching with my roommate. Actually, I'm not gonna say his name, but I was watching with my roommate, and we were hyped. But we were both like, "Yo, why are they repeating so many scenes? I think they used the same
Yeah,
Yeah.
scene like
yeah.
3 times." But then I was like, actually, it makes sense because it's a transformation episode. You're not gonna get the fight. A lot of people thought you would get the transformation and fight,
And then fight.
but I was like,
Yeah.
nah, this is the end. The just the transformation. You might get a few fight scenes, but mainly this is just the transformation. So they want to highlight that. Now I feel like also since they got a lot of like big animators for that scene, it was
Mhm.
more of a current thing that they had to push out. It wasn't like they did it months in advance, right? To then like create. They probably did it like a few months or maybe a few weeks, like of animation. So thus, in order to get it out quickly, you have to reuse some scenes. You can't create like a lot of art
Yeah.
really well.
Because they still have the old model for One Piece. They have the old model of anime where it's just like the episodes just keep coming out
Mhm.
as the manga's going.
They
So it's not like
definitely
they're like stopping
chapter
at a point.
episode.
They're like, okay, this is the arc. We're good, and we move on. So like people who are like new anime enjoyers kind of don't get like, oh,
Yeah.
there's no way they're going to do that consistency.
Yeah.
Like animation, the fact that they even have animation like that at all is
They've been
insane.
going
another
crazy
thing-
for like a
Because
year.
the other thing to think about, the other way to think about it is that this scene that got animated came out in manga form a year ago.
Year ago. That's what I was saying. It came out a year
So
ago.
the,
People don't
the
understand. that.
turnover time is that either one
Crazy.
of two things. Either Oda personally walked up to the animators at the desk and was like, hey, here's some sketches of some things that I'm going to put out in the manga a little bit later. Gotta go ahead and start, yeah, I'm gonna start sketching that out, right? That or the manga chapter dropped, and they were just like, damn, we gotta make that starting now.
No, exactly. And that's the thing. It's kind of like you got all that, and the thing is, a lot of these transformations too are like a panel or like 1 or 2 panels, right? And you got to take those 2 or 3 panels and make 30 minutes out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like to make 30
Of
minutes out of it. You
one
really
chapter.
Yeah.
of one chapter, just the reveal. But I think they did a sick job. The animation was smooth. The Tom and Jeffrey references, hilarious.
Nah, the Kaido scene with the eyes, the Kaido scene with the
Yeah.
eyes, like the scene where
So
when he gets to the Borber comes back, I was like, bro, it's peak.
Nah, the one where he's moonwalking in the air. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. When he's lift up the thing. Oh, not only that, the muscle.
Oh yeah,
That's fire.
yeah.
I was
That's
going
fire.
crazy on TikTok. That's just that
Mucky,
sound.
mucky, mucky.
Okay.
Bro,
Yeah.
that was hard. That was hard. And then the
Shout out
next.
to the voice actress.
The next episode was way better. The next episode was way better. That's actually the craziest part because everybody was hyping up a Gear 5 review. Gear 5 review comes out, it's really good. But you got the animation thing. It's like, oh, it's not really that much going on.
And
in
you had the
episode,
whole.
bro.
That's another thing too. You had the whole thing with Hiyori and Odin. That was hilarious though, because that dude spontaneously combusted like he was in Fire Force type. Like
Nah,
that dude just said boom.
dead.
So
But I mean, then, it was kind of like, it was a good episode. Absolutely. Gear 5. It was a good episode. But it was kind of like the way it was hyped up, people were comparing it to like, oh, Super Saiyan. Like, they're like, oh, I'm like, it's going to be hard. It's hard. Because the other thing is that you got to think about the internet. The internet didn't really exist back then. So it was strictly just, what? Where did that come from? All right. Gear 5. People knew about this when it came out last year. Heck, they put it in a movie. They put it in their own movie.
not only that, but it came out a year ago, and you had fans doing like, you know how they do colored pages of the manga, right? Before anything was confirmed, they already had color pages. I remember when that first came out, like last year, and everyone that's a manga reader was hyped because it was orange. Dude was orange. Like Gear 5 wasn't white; it was orange.
Towards like,
And that,
like Film Red, then they. Well, I guess by Film Red, they already knew what the colors were.
but
Yeah.
film right, they knew it was be white. And not only that, people were, I saw the hype before, and they got all these animators from Dragon Ball Z. Got the dude that did Zoro, the dude that did Sanji, right, versus Queen, right? Then the art director, all that. And I mean, you can't have all them big hitters do one episode.
Yeah,
They
this
gotta-
wasn't
they
gonna
got-
happen.
They're gonna come in, and then that's where I want to talk about the next week episode where he He had to restart Gear 5, and he said, "You think that's affecting me? Nah, beat loudly, play my theme music."
Okay,
And my
real
dude looked
quick.
majestic.
Real
yeah,
quick,
do
the
that.
music for both those episodes. No, not even both those episodes. The episode before the actual reveal.
Oh my
Fire. The drums of
fire!
liberation.
The drop, the rhythm in them drums. Oh my!
Bro, play that in any parade.
Oh please, please,
Booty
bro,
shaking everywhere.
get the drum line, get the drum line. Do, 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 do. I was like, oh, that boy cold.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the first episode, honestly, that's why I was like, honestly, because people were like, "Oh, Gear 5 is kind of mid." I'm like, it's only one episode. You have to think about it like the whole totality of it. Of like, we haven't gotten the full fight. When the fight is done, then everybody can look back on it and be like, "Oh, how do we feel about it? Like, how do we feel about the animation? How do you feel about transformation in general?"
That's another thing too, was that people was talking about his power and how his power is like kind of weak. I'm like, I don't think I understand. That dude got tuned for us. You know,
When he said,
It's not super. It's
I
not
can do
super. It's not
any,
super.
he said he can do everything he wants to do. He can do anything he wants to do.
I gotta dispel. I gotta dispel. I'm a part of the power scaling discourse. All right, the enemies I'm into. I know the scaling, not the numbers, but I understand the scaling. All right, he has low tier Toon Force. He cannot literally do whatever he wants at the very least, and it's not been shown that he can. Everything he does, besides like very minor like pinpoint things out, can be explained as flavor or just what's it called, awakening abilities for the most part.
Well, that's the thing too, because people say Toon Force, and he does, but at the same time, it's also just, it makes sense for his awakened ability, right? If he's rubber and everything is like bouncing and bends and everything does like kind of defies logic, and then we take the fact of the awakened devil fruit, like from Doflamingo, where he turned everything he touched into string. There's like nobody really questioned that, right? You turn a rock into string, and it makes no sense. But instead, he's turning everything into like rubber, or at least the ability to like
rubberize
things, or like
The
just
properties
playful
of
things,
rubber.
like or like Play-Doh or something like that. It makes sense that, you know, Kaido could be punched inside out and then turned into a balloon. You feel me? Like, and then turned into a jump rope. That's
That was
hilarious.
funny. And it makes sense for his personality.
And he doesn't even need to like do anything to like blow himself up. Like
he just wants, because it's already rubberized and everything.
Exactly.
He has more control of it overall. Because even like earlier on in Wano, we saw him use Gear 3 without having to blow himself up because he just has more control now.
Yeah.
So yeah, but the reason why I had to like harp on like, oh, it is not full Toon Force, is mostly because it just turns into, oh, he can be Goku because he can do whatever he wants. He can make Goku. It's like, no. It's not how that works. It's not how that works.
I don't really care about any of that though. I can't lie. When people be like, "Oh, can he be Goku?" I'm like, the thing is, in my opinion, right? Like, if you take away character building and character story, like someone like Rimuru or like even Law could probably beat Goku, because that dude isn't smart. He likes to fight. So if you get anybody that's like a mercenary or just straight up murk somebody, they will probably beat Goku, because he'll be like, all right, let's fight. And they'll be like,
they'll just take advantage of the fact that he's just going to let them get an attack.
Exactly. Get an attack off first.
Yeah. Because people go a little crazy. They'd be like, oh. And then the other way people go with it is like, oh, this story sucks because now Luffy's just God. No, he's not God. Because, as you'll see in the fight, clearly, if he was just God, he wouldn't need to fight Kaido. He just wouldn't need to. He would just beat him up real bad, and that would be the end of the fight. Clearly, he still needs to try. So there is some kind of limit to like how he's able to just affect the world around him. He can't just do whatever, literally.
Yeah, and that's not even the purpose of his like power. The purpose is literally to bring people joy, not even to like murk
Be
the
powerful.
enemy. Yeah. It's mainly to just have fun, make people laugh, which he's doing. Like even Law in the episode, everyone's like eyes came out their head. Even Law's eyes came out his head, and he's like the most logical, cool-headed person there, right? So it's just I love Gear 5. I know there's a lot of haters out there.
I just like that moment where you're just kind of bouncing around, just laughing. He looks
Now, I'm telling you, my favorite scene is when the dude that animated Sanji versus Queen animated Luffy and made him look cool.
You talking about like when he touches like his chest and like the color,
and then color, bro, my dude looked like a whole level 1000 light skin. Oh my god, he looked clean.
My favorite
It's like,
moment is
that
probably
being that sign, I am the sign. Oh, that's different kind of drink.
man.
That's good.
nah. My favorite moment is probably. I think it's in the episode before the reveal. It's when his hair starts to turn like white, and then he like, gets that smile on his face, and it just
Yeah,
cuts right
but
there.
and then you hear the drums, and the drums get oh my, like that
That shit get like
transition
doom,
from hearing the
doom.
heartbeat, the little rubber, and it went boom, boom, do 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 do. Yeah, jaw boy. Oh,
It's just good stuff.
oh, it's cold.
And then of
It's
course
so
the Kaido face. Kaido face is like
bro.
whoever
Kaido
made
was
that,
hilarious.
bro. That
Bro,
was funny.
Kaido look, bro. When Luffy grabbed him from the sky, Kaido's face is like, yo, what is this? What are
Like,
you doing?
it's basically the equivalent of like you're like a little kid, and someone just puts their whole hand on top of your head and just like it's like whoa,
Whoa.
what is really going on here? It's like it was pretty much just like that. And also when you think about it, it's like Kaido's huge. So like the idea of someone just grabbing him is like, wait, hold on.
Or turning
Wait.
him into a jump rope is kind of crazy. Not only that, I like the juxtaposition or the no, I don't think that's the right word, but just the dichotomy of how quickly things change. Because it went from Kaido being drunk and Luffy being like, "Yo, take this fight seriously," to in 2 episodes being the complete opposite, where Luffy's not having a blast and Kaido's like, "No, take this fight seriously." Like, bro, what are you doing? And that is, bro, beautiful storytelling. Oda, the GOAT, animators, job well done. It's just, I can't wait to see how this plays out. I also am sad to know that One Piece will be coming to an end in the next 20 years, but you know.
The next 20 years is kind of crazy. 20 more years. But Loki, it really depends. It depends on where. Okay, no spoilers for manga, but it really depends on how this arc that we're currently in plays out. Where it ends
Is that
determines. Like,
Elbaf? Are you in Elbaf? Are you in the one where a kid gets like
he gets
defeated or slapped by Shanks?
Oh yeah. Wait, so we going to that? We talking about that now?
I mean,
I wasn't really gonna spoil, but I mean, he kind of knows. So I'm not gonna get into like too much detail. But like we're on Egghead, right?
Oh, okay.
And so where we're currently at, we're at like a point where it's like, oh, this is like definitely an end game kind of scenario. So this definitely shows rank for the end game. But like how this plays out kind of determines like, oh, okay, how's this order trying to go? Like, is he speed running where he's just like, all right, this encounter, let's just see like fully play out, or is he gonna do like an Oda thing where it's like we kind of see a little bit of it, but we're not gonna see it just yet because he's saving it for later.
I think he's doing like a bit of both, but at this point, like what happened like post Wano, like everything that happened, it was just like people were getting packed up. Like we're seeing like actual stuff going down now. So I feel like we'll see like actual like.
I don't know if this is true. Y'all don't have to confirm, but like I saw like Law goes to fight like Blackbeard, and apparently he might be dead or whatever. I hope not. I don't know if that's don't confirm it. Don't confirm it.
I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen. So
I'll say that Law does fight somebody, but that's about it.
Yeah, and then one thing I do hope Oda does as I don't care when it ends. I don't take your time, rush. I don't care how it ends. I just need all answers, like all questions answered. That's it. I just need everything answered.
We learn more
I mean,
about,
honestly,
what's it called? We learn more about the girl say the 5 elders,
nice,
and world government stuff.
What about like
no, because they showed it in the anime already. They showed it in the anime already, so we know about what's his name, the guy,
Emu,
yeah. So we don't
I
need.
was saying, yeah.
You guys know about it, right? Well,
they didn't show Emu. The only thing they showed about Emu in the anime was the big frozen straw hat. That's it. I just think you guys know that like that exists. Yeah.
But we got a little bit more explanation about that.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. But yeah, trust. Tier 5, that's great and all. Toronto, y'all ain't seen peak yet.
People want to talk about. That's true.
No. Post. No. Mid at Egghead. Oh my god. Those episodes different.
I know the feeling. I know the feeling. You're talking about people ain't ready for peak after Wano. People ain't ready for peak Shibuya for Jujutsu Kaisen.
Transition.
no, I'm thinking.
That
I'm thinking
W
about.
transition, you feel?
No, see, I had a transition in my head too. I was gonna be like, oh, if Oda doesn't reveal all the secrets of One Piece, he'd be a fraud, just like a certain man, a
Yeah,
certain
big
man.
big spoilers for Jujutsu Kaisen. Sakuna is a fraud. I don't care. You can talk about jumping. You can talk about all of that. Yo, Sakuna is a fraud. Gojo is
No, he's not a
literally
fraud. He's not a fraud.
owning this man, bro.
He's
Gojo is
not a
owning this
fraud. He's
man, but
not a
he's
fraud.
gonna
He's not a
lose.
fraud.
He's
He's
gonna
not a fraud.
lose. Gojo's gonna
All
lose.
right, okay. We'll do two parts. We'll do two parts. All right. We'll do anime discussion, a little bit Shibuya hype. Then, if you want to have a manga discussion, maybe we'll have Christian. You drop your headphones and
Oh my
thingy.
god.
Because the only thing is that obviously, me personally, I personally don't want to spoil on anything because we're going into the second part of the anime. All right.
Yeah, that's cool.
Second part of the anime, I need you to be totally pure.
You're and
Like,
for
I need you to.
all the anime fans out there, listen. If you're one of them anime fans that hate plot armor or hate Plumber, oh, you're gonna love this arc. If you're one of them anime fans that get attached to your comfort character, that's your favorite character, you have a real connection with it,
You love those
lose it.
edits of Donami?
Lose it.
I like that. And all I'm saying is that you got your characters, right? You saw the trailer. You all saw the trailer. That's all your characters, all your favorite boys and gals.
You're like, oh my
Just
goodness, they're back. The trio's back. Forget it.
Some of your niggas and Nicolette can't even make it out of this one. Alright, they're just not. Alright, that was all cool and fun and games because they had the opener be kind of fun and funky or whatever.
They lied.
That was a setup. Y'all remember the first opener in season 1, right?
And season 2, where they talk
Word.
about they're showing what's her name? Not Rika. What's her
Who you talking about?
the one that got shot.
Rico. I think it's
Rico. Her.
Rico.
You saw how happy they were in the thing, making it seem like, oh, they're all gonna be.
That broke my heart.
Yeah, and the
And she got
works.
the way they did that scene.
Oh,
I knew it
perfect.
was coming.
Perfect.
I knew it was coming. I was looking at it like, these
It was too good to be true. Too good to be true.
They did justice. They did it justice. They did it
so
justice.
funny.
It was hilarious because, like you said, like I knew it was coming, but they had the music, they had the smile, and all of it silenced. Just
I was like, cause I was just thinking about every person who doesn't know this is coming. I'm like, I know these niggas looking at the screen like, honestly, she might just make. Wait, oh my, that's so.
Chris is
funny.
like, I was viewers.
Cause like in the moment, you don't even think about that. You're just kind of in the moment, and then they cut it off so quick. It was like whoa. Like my heart kind of like.
POV, you're ghetto. Huh?
Oh, that's why I'm saying they actually did such a good job portraying that because in the manga it literally was like a day, right? And just showed like they showed how in the anime they were able to make you make that connection and then just take it away from you like that, just in a matter of like 1 or 2 episodes. So they did it like good justice. The fact that, like you said, you didn't even realize. Like I knew it was coming. I didn't even know when they were gonna show it. I thought they were gonna wait until next episode, but they did it. They did it justice.
They did.
So,
They did. So
my thing
much
is, Christian, who's your favorite character?
overall series.
Oh, introduce to Kaizen.
Wait, let me think. I would say Kurosaki.
Oh, with the gun?
Yeah. Oh no, Maki.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I was like,
close.
really?
Maki.
There's gotta be my fans. There has to be my fans. I'm sure there's some people, but
I
You saying?
gotta
Wait, you
like,
saying Maki?
Maki.
Maki. Okay, and you said who else?
Kugasaki.
Who's Kurosaki?
No, bro.
No, bro. Nice.
I don't like that
dark
smile.
combination.
I don't like that smile.
It's actually an interesting combination because low key they kind of got like a combo thing going on.
That's true.
Them together.
That's true. Honestly, Shibuya is not going to be that bad for you then. And you're also not ready for post Shibuya.
Well, I did get spoiled on one thing. I know like one person who does die, sadly.
Dang.
Oh,
Cool.
Don't worry about it.
Actually, yeah. You know what? Don't even say anything about it. Don't say anything.
I liked him too. He was a good character too.
Yeah. But I'm done. If you're a Maki fan, you're not ready for post Shibuya, by the way, at all. Not at all.
Not at all.
I don't think.
But we're not gonna get that for like another
You're
who
not
knows,
ready.
5 years.
By
Not gonna
that
get
point,
5
I just
years.
might read it. I'll probably
Yeah,
just read it
true.
at that point.
You
I'm
probably
ready.
should read it after
Mhm.
Shibuya. After Shibuya, after this whole arc and everything.
Read it.
Just go ahead and
Oh
read it.
yeah, that's another thing. Please, after Shibuya, just read the manga because I don't know how they're gonna do that in the anime because this new arc is taking forever.
But no. Actually, no. We're post CG. We're past post CG. This is
Oh,
like,
so we're no longer in the Cullen game anymore. Cause where's
yeah, we're done with
Kenjaku?
that. I
You doing
well,
the manga thing now? Because
I guess he.
That's
Okay,
what I'm
okay.
saying. We're
Well,
still, we're
All
my
still.
right.
last thought. Okay. My last thought. Okay, before we really get into like manga discussion. All right, my last thoughts on anime. Animation really good. I know people were complaining about it. It was great. I thought the fight scenes were good. Toji versus Gojo, both rounds, good stuff. Geto versus Toji, that whole see. I was talking to Christian about it the other day. That whole scene does not happen.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
it
it
does.
doesn't.
It does happen, but the whole fight
Doesn't
doesn't
happen
happen. So
like that in the manga.
the fact that they added that shows that for the rest of Shibuya going forward, I this is not really a spoiler. There are going to be a lot of fights in Shibuya. This is a fact. The fact that they gave like a whole fight that like was there but was like a small one, like the sauce. We're going to Shibuya. Everybody got the sauce. So who is really getting the whole plate? Who's getting the extra? Who's getting extras?
Bro, no, Julian, you already know when a certain somebody comes back, goes through that
Oh,
little shadow, goes through that shadow. When
oh,
that
so-
happens, I don't
oh,
know. I'm not gonna be ready, cause oh,
oh, bro.
oh,
That episode, someone's getting
oh,
someone's getting tossed through a building.
yeah.
That when that happens,
I just need because they also did a peak job of bro above heaven and earth. I alone am the honored one. That's a cold bar. Oh my goodness!
that's
In the
it's a
manga,
crazy
that
part. It's a crazy
hit.
part.
In the manga, that hit.
People didn't like that scene. People didn't like that scene.
Oh, I love
But
it.
I think the problem with it is just the way the manga to anime stuff, where it's
Yeah.
like manga, because people are talking about it. It's like the thing about manga is that for one, there's literally nothing. There is no sound. There are no voices. There's nothing. And the other thing is that the way the manga is, you can sit on any panel and feel like, oh my god, and just spaz out about a panel as long as you feel like. So if you're like, oh, I'm just reading through, oh, it's a cool scene, move on if you want to. And you could be like, whoa, this is peak. You walk away, you come back, you're just this peak. And you take a picture, you do all that stuff, right? I'm sure a lot of people with the Honor One scene were like, bro, this is peak. Sat there for a while, it just in radiance, and then moved on. So when they did in the anime, and it's like, and they thought about it as like a metal scene where it's like it's super cold or whatever. The way they played it up is like he's an honored one. He's not like he's still in the line because the whole line's stolen from Buddha, right? The whole point is that like he's like tranquil at this moment.
He's
So
reached
the
the
way they got like
ascension. He's reached the ascension.
yeah, it's ascended soul. He's ascended past having beef. That's why, like, he's like, oh, I can't feel bad for you, Rico. I just can't. Everything's too good for me to feel angry about stuff. Which is why he says, oh, I alone the Arnold one. I no longer need to have beef. I'm beyond beef. All right, I'm going to kill you
Beyond beef.
just cause.
No,
I
honestly,
don't
he keeps
stop
that
beef.
same energy. Even in the manga now, he's like, I finally have someone I can beef with.
That it's like, you know, I've been hanging out on the ascended plane where, people make me mad and they just die. When they make me mad. So now I don't just get to kill people
The thing is, I think they did that scene justice. It's just that in the manga, you have the ability of art, right? And like with art, you can get really creative. So like in the manga, you know how Christian, remember like in the anime, he's like standing up vertically and he's like this, right?
Yeah.
With like his head above. In the manga, that dude's body is tilted upside down and goes across 2 pages.
Ooh.
Right? It looks crazy. Then you have like
Yeah.
the splatter and everything like everywhere. So because of art, you can't really show that in
Manga-
anime
Yeah.
because it's like
it would-
real life. It's like you can't pose. Like think of JoJo's. You can't do a JoJo's pose in real life the way they do in the anime because or like in the manga even because there's a way. Well, the anime actually does it pretty well. People like the way the anime does it, but realistically, the manga is where it started. That's where it really comes from, and they can like put a pose in there. It's just like,
Manga
and the anime
benefits
they do
from
pretty
like
good where they
scenes.
they really focus on the pose. But realistically, most places poses aren't really a thing. JoJo's special. Poses are a thing. So in a situation where they do have like he's doing a cool pose, it's not going to stay forever. That's not the point.
Yeah, and even for like for the continuance of the show, he uses hollow purple after that. Like he fires it at Toji. So if you have in the anime him facing upside down, and then in the next like scene or storyboard, it's him being right side up, like shooting at Toji, it wouldn't make sense for like watching it.
Yeah.
Right? You'd be confused as to how he like magically did that. Like he went from like, being high, right? Dodging everything, coming back up and following hollow purple. If he was to be like back upside down, it wouldn't make sense.
And then it just really quickly flips over. It's like it just feels awkward because the whole point is he's kind of like moving lethargically, like he's not trying to move. So him going from upside down to upside right really fast, it'd be like,
yeah, it wouldn't make sense for like but the music and the lights and everything, they did that scene justice. They did it justice.
the end scene,
He's
I
like,
was like, shit. I was like,
I'm kind of feeling some numbness on my right side. Oh, it's not there.
That shit going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
And then
that
everything
next
will
episode too. With
Yeah.
this ghetto becoming ghetto.
Oh yeah,
They did that
They did it.
perfectly.
They did it so well.
With the rain and the clapping.
Oh, my man was going through it. My man was going through it.
Oh, mentally.
Yuki. That woman was not trying to save down a single person. She just came in to cause issues. She just showed up to cause problems.
So she said, "Yo, what woman is your type?" And then he was like, "I don't know. I'm kind of stuck because like I like good girls, right? Because they treat me nice. But then the bad ones is like tempting.
They bad.
And they bad. And then she's like, well, I can see that you're stuck. So you just gotta make a decision." And then left. That's literally all she did.
That was Loki how she came in. She was basically not even. She made it worse. She was basically like bad girls honestly, but no, she was basically like, I like good girls. They're not always like the best looking, but they're good people. They're good to be around. But bad girls, they didn't do something to me. And Yuki was like, you're not even lying. Me personally, I think bad girls look better. You make your own decision, honestly. That's basically how she did it. That's lucky how she did it. She was just like,
because she was like, I like bad girls better, but I could never do it because like I just don't have minerals. I don't have the minerals in me. My mental can't take that.
Like, right? Yeah, this is a little toxic.
So, but
you can't go for that. You can go for that.
You do.
Exactly. She said, "You do you," and then left.
And he's doing him.
He said,
he did do him.
But the thing is, he was like, yeah, she's right. I just gotta choose. I'm okay. I don't have to choose right now. I can choose later. And then his homeboy came back dead. He said, oh, now we running it up.
He's like, I'm really having a hard time choosing. He's the girl. He's like, it's over. I'm done.
But it was an interesting.
And look, man, he looks so happy afterwards. That makes it so bad. That's what makes it really so sad. Because
he's not holding it back anymore.
He is happy, but it's like, damn, you're doing like the worst thing possible.
Yeah, it basically be like your friends. Like, okay, this is like a crazy example, but it's basically like if your friend was a cannibal, and it was just like, I really wish you wouldn't do that, but I guess live your best life. It's like that.
I mean, that gives me the same feeling I felt while watching that. So I guess, yeah.
I'm confused as to where you got that example from, bro.
Hey, man. Sometimes, see, okay, first off, that's crazy. I can't give out the information. That's illegal. But it's true. I'm not no snitch.
Oh, speaking of friends, shit. L transition. I didn't know. But you talking about friends. It just reminded me, like, I like that moment where Gojo and Geto are like in the street talking, and Geto brings up the argument of like, it's different for you because like Gojo himself is so powerful that he kind of is above all this, and like
Yeah.
if Gojo had the same ideals as Geto, it like might be a different argument. Like you might think of him
Yeah.
differently.
It wouldn't even be a different argument. It would
wouldn't
just
be a
be.
different
It
argument.
would,
it would be like
if
reality.
it was the other way around. If it was the other way around,
It would
then it
happen.
would be like
It would
Gojo,
happen.
stop doing this. Gojo, purple, purple, purple.
No, because that's basically what he was saying. Because Gojo was like, bro, you are seeing you can't kill everybody. And he's like, but you can. I'm doing my best to get to my dream now that I've made to go down this path. I let go of everything else, right? Like I made this decision and I've owned it. That's why I'm happy because I'm free, right? So I can't do it. But someone as strong as you, it'd be a lot more realistic. It'd be a lot more realistic
Yeah,
now,
at
wouldn't
that
it?
point,
He
he was like,
how could you come to me? And then I was watching a video about it, and they were basically like, he used to be the strongest. So, in essence, they used to both be able to do anything that the strongest was the only people who could do it. They would be both included. But now he's no longer strongest, so he's like,
just go.
it's
not
crazy
even-
that
it's also because-
that you, the only strongest now, are coming to me being like, that used to be strongest. You can't do that. What do you mean I can't do that? I thought we were strongest, huh? And that's why it's even crazier when he's like at the end, he's like, oh, like, and he kind of go references the fact that like, oh, you have to have a reason to kill people. You're a sorcerer or whatever. And Gojo's like, he's preparing the purple. He's like, you didn't kill me on purpose,
Now, he
It
really
doesn't
said do it
reason.
then. He said do it then and walked away.
He literally was like, listen, do it. Kill me. You won't. You won't. Kill me. Try it.
And he was right.
Why?
He was right. He was right at that moment. At that moment, Gojo couldn't handle it.
Nah.
Yeah, at that
Game-
point too.
It's a year
I
later,
think
it's
that's
like-
Geto
No,
was
but it's
like, come on,
because Gojo literally got scarred. Got scarred by a dude with no cursed energy. That dude had no cursed energy. Murked Gojo and his whole the two strongest of that era. Gojo got murked, and then since then he was like, never again will you catch me lacking. Never
Again.
again.
And you know
And
what he did? You know what he did? Well,
He trained to then become the strongest and self-reliant, right? That's why. Like as soon as he figured out reverse curse technique, he then just was like, I'm trying to be invincible, right? Using this, using my brain, all of that. I'm trying to be invincible. And then you just have history, and you're gonna find out in Shibuya. But you got history and knowledge, and also planning, kind of like what Toji did, to then catch up to Gojo. But Gojo also realized that he can't win all the time, which is why he's trying to train Yuta
Next
and Yuji
generation.
in the next
Actually,
generation.
ironically, I was watching once again I watched a video about it, and they kind of explained it that like they both did opposites post Toji, where Gojo becomes self-reliant, becomes the strongest, but he also gains what Geto had, which is that he becomes like a people person. To this, like they had opposite ideals. Gojo's basically like, fuck people. I'm the strongest. I actually don't care about anybody else. Post Toji, he kind of like he becomes stronger, but he also gains what Geto had, which is that like, oh, I actually do care about people. Other people do matter. And Geto also gains what Gojo had, which is that previously he cared about people, but he was a little bit weaker. And so in becoming stronger, he also realizes I don't want to care about people. I only care about me.
My people.
Me is important. Exactly. So they kind of trade positions, and it kind of ends up like, if Gojo would have stayed the old way, he would have became the bad guy. But he got the good side that Geto had, and Geto gained the bad side that Gojo had.
And now we are in a position in which he might have to rely on those people because of a certain fraud named Sukuna.
All right,
the thing is,
it's headphones time. It's headphones time.
thing is,
All right,
thing
when
is,
you're
right,
done, just wave your hand. Cool.
Gotcha. I'm going to just put on my ears. So just put on my ears.
Yeah.
Right, sounds good.
It's not gonna be long. It's not gonna be long. It's not.
Yeah, we're not going to go deep.
Y'all do.
Yeah. All right. Let's cut the shit. Let's get to the meat and cheese.
Alright, they go
He's not-
You go jump him. Really? Because the thing is, right? The thing is,
There's nothing wrong with its ability. If Megumi is allowed to jump people, Sukuna's allowed to jump people.
which is cool, right? All I'm saying is, bro, my thing isn't even the jumping. You said you could take on Gojo back in the higher end era where you didn't have Megumi's body or his curse technique.
Okay, I'll let you rock. I'll let you rock. But to
What
be fair,
what would you do, right? Because you're using all your malevolent shine, even if you had the firepower or whatever. I don't know where that came from, but we gotta
we
still
don't know.
get.
We don't have any idea. About
Yeah, we gotta still get to that. Or if he can use multiple curse techniques or all that, cool. But he didn't have the 10 shadows technique, which is the only other technique to rival the 6 eyes and limited technique from back in the day, and he knew that,
True.
which is why he
It's
wanted
true.
to save Megumi. So I get
True.
the 10 shadows, I get the new A ultimate, whatever. I get the jumping part. My thing is, if you didn't have Megumi, yo, let me not curse.
You
Yo,
good?
would have lost. Cause
I mean,
bro,
honestly,
you
there's
fried
nothing,
your
there's nothing
brain.
to say. As it stands right now, there's nothing to deny that. Like I said, I'm always defending Sukuna on the principle of he is totally allowed to use
Oh
the
yeah,
10
yeah.
shadows. If he technically, all things considered, it's not even like, oh, he tricked somebody. Like literally, he did it fair and square. He used an ability that he figured out. He stole the body. He did the work to make the power as useful to him as possible. He had to capture all of the different leftover shadows, Shigami, to use and
Yeah.
everything. He had to figure out how to use and all that stuff. Technically, everything about that is legit. Whether you want to say, oh, he wouldn't have been able to be in the end, he probably would have lost. And realistically, it makes sense that he would
Yeah.
say at the beginning of the show, oh, I can beat you in the Hay and Arrow. Because more than likely, anybody seen the Hay and Arrow, which he would assume is just stronger than people now, literally wipe the floor with their face.
True, maybe. I mean,
Gojo's literally blessed to fuck. All right, that made okay. That's a crazy sentence. I didn't mean to sound that way, but honestly, we're leaving that in. No pause on that one. That man was blessed from head to toe.
true.
He
Because
was meant. He was.
he did say with his technique, it's a good thing he has the 6 eyes, and then he learned cursed reversal. Because if he didn't, his brain would have been gone.
He played with Brian. He played with Brian.
Yeah, and then even
He's
now,
a
though,
perfect guy.
the thing is, the only thing actually, he's not perfect because the only thing is if he had Yuta's cursed amount of cursed energy, then he.
Oh yeah. Then he would legitimately be totally broken. It would be impossible to beat him.
Yeah.
But honestly, I imagine in the beginning, Sukuna he didn't know anything about this guy. He never met him a day in his life. So he just obviously as the egoist to go into a little bit of blue lock.
Not the blue lock.
As the egoist he is, he doesn't need to know him to be like, you're a bitch, I'm better than you. Obviously, after seeing through Itadori's body and just literally seeing a whole fight with him, both bodies, honestly. He would at this point he's like, whoa, like in his obviously not gonna say it out loud, but in his head he's probably like, okay, maybe I can't beat him straight up. It'll probably be easier. I may need to get some plans together.
No.
He finds out a little bit about Megami, he's like, I have a plan. And then he exactly.
The funniest thing is even he admitted, he was like, oh, you think this is a 2v1? Oh no. We straight jumping, yo, bro. Like,
we're bringing in more people. We just keep bringing in people.
And then the funniest thing is, Gojo was like, bro, you look like a little lost boy. Bro, they talking bad-ish throughout the whole fight.
They really are. They really are.
And I also love how they spend like multiple chapters on this fight too. Because it could have been 2 chapters, but nah, they spent multiple chapters.
They could have sped run it. He could have sped run it, but I like the fact that he's sticking with it.
Yeah, because
it's pure hype. The domain to the domain stuff, it was getting a little tiring towards the end. It was good, but it was getting kind of tiring towards the end. They switched it over at the right time. It ended in a good way where it's kind of like, they're not just randomly dropping it. They're dropping it because they just can't use it anymore. They've overused it.
Oh, their brain is messed up, or they ran out of curse.
Yeah, like that.
Did you read the most recent chapter?
Yes, I have.
Where he threw the fire extinguisher, and then dude is like, I have one plan. Gojo's like, I have one last plan that I'm gonna have to do to finish all 3 of them at once. And I was like, he knows about it. So what's gonna happen?
Well, actually, no, he doesn't know about the plan because it's not Hollow Purple. It's something. It's unlimited, Hollow Unlimited, whatever. But it's something new. It's obviously something new because if it was purple, he would just say purple. He says red, he says blue. We already know what purple is. We've seen it a number of times. So
I was also like,
purple.
That might be the full incantation though, because remember he started running out of cursed energies, and he started saying
No,
the
but you
full
already did full
incantation. Of red.
incantation. But also, well, two things. One, you already did full incantation, so we know that. But two, he can't be doing that because there's just not enough space for it. It has to be something that he's like, it's gonna be because oh no, he was saying that Sukuna would see it coming as in Sukuna would when he starts doing it, he's gonna see him
Retract.
doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be like very obvious, like, oh, he's about to do something, so let me just move. But he's like, I had to pop it anyway because at the very least, I can get rid of Malraga and Ayuto.
Yeah.
So
and then once he gets rid of those two, then he could just handle Sukuna.
he can just handle the
yeah.
But the other thing that I in my head is like low key because people when people having the debate for Akuna or whatever. Right? Oh no! Do you see the memes about like the island, the sleeping one? Oh, that's so funny. It's so good. That is so good. It's so good. But right. What's it called? The other thing to think about is that with the Sukuna stuff, it's all funny to think of like, oh, Sukuna's a fry. He's only used 10 showers. If he didn't use 10 showers, he couldn't win. The thing to think about it is like this: we know for a fact he has more abilities. For one, and two. Realistically, Sukuna knows for a fact that if he uses the 10 shadows at maximum capacity, he will beat Gojo. He knows that available to Gojo make it so that it's hard to fight Gojo normally. But the 10 shadows has a Shikigami that literally breaks his hat. So it would only make sense.
I'm pretty sure Gege wrote that spirit, wrote that cursed spirit to counter Gojo. Like when he created Gojo, he's like, I need something that's gonna be able to counter
to beat him.
How about a creature that adapts to everything?
Exactly. And so more than likely, the way it's playing out, because I imagine after this fight plays out, we're probably gonna get Sukuna like really, really letting loose after this, right? More than likely, the reason Sukuna's gonna play this out, and then more than likely, is gonna beat Gojo, right? After this fight plays out, Sukuna's probably going to be like, I did that. I played the way I did because it was just way easier to beat him. Yeah. Why would I use any of my other cards if I just need to use the 10 shadows?
But then I cannot wait for then Yuji, Yuta, the electricity guy, the funky guy, all to come in at once right as soon as Gojo's finished, all of them at the same time. And Maki.
The jumping that's gonna happen right after this is gonna be crazy. So nasty.
Oh,
Sukuna's gonna be like, all right, fight's over. W me. Yuji.
Yuji just hands, just black flash. Boom. Like as soon as Gojo's on the floor and it's just like, all right, you won. And Sukuna's like, yeah, I'm that.
Actually, the question really is, it's not who's gonna hit this ball. The question isn't is he gonna get jumped. He's definitely gonna get jumped. The question is who's gonna swing first. I feel like it's gonna be Kashima. Loki,
I want Yuji. I want it to be.
I Loki want the Kashima. The Kashima hype. Kashima hype.
I like Kashima.
Kashima's been acting mad saucy. He's been acting mad saucy. He watched this whole fight. Obviously, everybody else is like, was breaking my mind. Kashima sat there like, bro,
Yuta looks terrified. Gojo's like, I'll put Yuta next and then possibly Yuji. And then Yuta's like, I don't want to go next. Kashima was like, nah, I want that smoke. I want that smoke.
The way he's looking at it is like, oh, he's seeing two of the best fighters go at it. And he's just there like, put me in the ring. Put me in the ring, coach. I'm boxing with both of them right now. I'm like, either he's insane or he's got that crazy heat technique. He's like, I ain't even concerned. When I get in there, y'all gonna see some real fire. I'm like,
I low-key want him to be first too, because he's also one of my favorites. When I saw that fight against him and the dude with him and Hakari. Yeah, that was one of my favorite fights in Jujutsu Kaisen too. That whole fight was.
Oh, yeah, it was great. It was great.
Had me turning the page like, oh, what is gonna? Oh, whoa.
Yeah, it was a great back and forth. And just just to imagine at the end of it, they're both like, going back to. I mean,
exactly. At the end of it, like, you know what, GG.
They're just like, Kashi was just like, I use my technique for it, and the guy's like, I mean, I could do a little bit more. It's whatever. It's just like these things were played out. They were throwing out kill shots. Back to back, and they're just like kind of like, I could really take it down if I really wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get Christian. Christian.
Oh, dang.
Why? He's not looking at the screen. No, we lost a
But,
member of the podcast. Hey, he's back.
there he is. There he is. There he is. There he is. But yeah,
Sorry.
Y'all have your little discussion.
Yeah.
yes, it was a good discussion.
It
It was a
was
good
good.
discussion.
It was good.
It's good stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was good discussion. Just like the final segment. Even actually, do y'all want to continue or do y'all want to cut it here?
How long are you going for?
Good hour. It's an hour.
Been an hour?
I said we get into the like news parts.
Or has it been 2 hours? It's been 2 hours.
It's been 2 hours. Damn.
It's been 2 hours.
That's actually so. So he said it. Damn. Oh. I mean, we could make this like a mega podcast, but I mean, it's up to you guys.
Has it
No,
been
no,
2 hours?
it could have been. It could have been 2 hours because we got on at 7:15. I mean, like in the Discord
We
in
really
general.
started at like 7:45, 7:50.
Yeah, so it's probably been like just above an hour.
I would say like maybe we're like around an hour 30 now.
Probably.
I'm so
I mean-
confused because my audio thing says 2 hours, 11 minutes, and 30 seconds. But
Maybe that's the thing. Oh, actually, you know what? It might be. You know, does your audio do the thing where it's like it puts the one at the 1 hour mark, like off rip?
oh, it might do that. Yeah.
Yeah, it probably does. Cause I mean, my on DaVinci Resolve it does the same thing.
Okay.
And I don't know why.
So we
But
have an
yeah,
hour
it
and 11
probably-
minutes. So I think this last segment could last a good like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we could probably keep going. Okay, so that transition. We're gonna talk about current events, some news, whatever we
Yeah.
want to talk about. Really.
So back to all the
I got
normie.
you with the transition. Speaking of current events, you're talking about current fumble of the bag with Fresh and Fit because they fumbled the bag hard
That's
multiple
true.
times and got demonetized.
I'm glad.
Yeah. Honestly, no, because they had If y'all know Aber and Preach, right? They had what was it? Myron. He had a mask off moment. He went full racism. Full racism. Most people.
It was bad.
No. First off.
It was bad.
Let's just start here.
I actually don't know what
Most
y'all
people
talking about.
don't go full racism. They don't just go full Ku Klux Klan member up in the piece. All right. Now imagine being black and then going full mask off
He's
racism.
not-
I'm like,
he's
whoa.
literal. Like he literally
Whoa.
was.
Wait, hold on.
Right.
Y'all gotta explain it because so I don't see Fresh and Fit clips ever. I see them like once every 2 years or every blue moon. So y'all gotta explain that because I don't know what
Okay.
even happened.
I personally keep up with the news pretty well, so I'll give the story. So basically, I'm pretty sure YouTuber group, Fresh and Fit, the YouTuber group, Fresh and Fit, Andrew Tate. That's the best way to explain them. I'm gonna preach manosphere, but not. I guess you could say they're more like a neutral group. They aren't super. They're not entirely anti-red pill and like the general like concepts in it, but they generally disagree with all the actors in the red pill. They're like, you guys are not really trying to help people for real. And while men's issues are a thing, you guys are the people that need to talk about them, right? They have beef for a while. Fresh and Fit tries to copyright strike down a bunch of people, including Aber and Preach. It fails because it was not. They're not legitimate claims. Aber and Preach immediately beef forever. They have multiple where they basically say, oh, one of the co-hosts, Fresh, they basically like, oh, he's whatever, I don't know. They basically say he looks old, and basically they just have an ad and they play the ad all the time, and they basically just make fun of them any chance they get. You know, whatever. Fresh and Fit don't really say anything because they just have nothing to say. Because I mean, they already got rolled to the ones. They're not gonna try. They're not really trying to get into all that, right? Anyway, it gets to a point. Fresh and Fit decide to go mask off. They have a podcast episode. Monkey noises. You look like a monkey. Your wife's a monkey. Yeah, you guys are losers. Blah blah blah. They're just really going full crazy. You're a fake Haitian because one of them's Haitian. They're just getting in there. All right. After party. They go to Rumble. Myron's in there with Sneeko. Myron goes full racism. The monkey noises, the Neanderthal, the under evolved jokes. Tell us on the podcast. You go to Rumble. Bro straight up just puts on a clan hood. All right, he's talking to what's his name, Nick Fuentes. Oh, like bro. For me personally, I was like, you made me try to talk to me about Fresh and Fit a little bit. After that, I was like, bro, they're clowns. I don't even want to talk about them. That's crazy. Say that about you, a black person, saying that about another black person. I don't care what you have to say about anything else. You're not a real person. Anyway, a little bit later, like a week ago, they basically like they demonetized our whole channel, said we can't make money. They're silencing us. Blah blah blah. I'm like, bro, rest in piss. Get off the site. Get off the site. You're done.
Rest in peace is crazy.
Get out of here. Because they're like, okay, put aside what you feel about the red pill. All right, their podcast, let's say it's just for entertainment. It's not really trying to help nobody. That little thing basically said, y'all are terrible people. That was just straight up. And just straight up, that was just a mask off moment where you guys are basically like, when we feel like it, we're just going to be shitty people.
Wow.
Straight up.
Oh.
So I'm like, you're done. Get out of here.
And say I'm surprised. I'm surprised at the racist, the monkey shit. That's
Yeah,
kinda,
the monkey stuff was crazy. I was so surprised. But
that's kind of crazy. But everything else, I can't say I'm surprised. I mean, that's why. Listen, I really liked them before because one of them was Caribbean, and I was like, I don't want to be associated with that, because we're not. I'm Caribbean. We're not all like that. Trust. And
exactly.
I was like, I don't even want to be associated. So yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So
good riddance. Like you said, rest in poo, rest in piss.
Honestly.
And then on that same topic of sort of men and women and red pill, we also got the Keke Palmer situation.
That was a funny development. That was a funny
situation to me.
You can go for it, Myles. Oh, you said you want to take. He doesn't really know about it.
Oh, you don't know about it?
Yeah.
You ain't see it? So basically, right? Keke Palmer just had a child, right? With the dude, I don't know his name, but had a child.
That's a rando.
Yeah, that's the baby dad's, right? She then goes to an Usher concert. Now, I'm explaining it in the events at which people saw, right? I'm explaining the events that people saw, but she went to an Usher concert. Now, concerts, Usher, he's gonna, do his singing thing, do his little grind, R&B, all that, right? She then, there's a video goes out, I've forgotten what, it's like her, I saw everything on Twitter, but a video comes out of her basically dancing with Usher. Now, what she's wearing is like a not a bodysuit, like a dress, like a see-through dress, where you can see you can see the yams. You feel me? The yams is the yams is yamming, right? Like Keke Palmer's fine, and she doing a little wine, doing a little dance, and just fiending over Usher, right?
Yeah, but it's known at this time, like it's previously known that like she's a big Usher fan. So it's just like she's being a fan.
Just being a fan, right? Just being a fan. Then the baby father, right? Then goes online and says, "It's what you wearing, like you a whole mom," right? Basically showing like a bit of jealousy.
He's like sneak. I don't even say sneak this. He's being passive aggressive, like
being passive aggressive. You shouldn't be doing that, basically. Right? Passive aggressive. You shouldn't be doing that. Everybody goes up in arms, being upset, like she's a woman, she's just this is a little dance, you insecure, you have all these insecurities, da 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 da. And then another video comes out, at least is how I saw it. Another video comes out of her just like being in the crowd at the Usher concert, and like he's all shirtless and like doing his R&B thing, and she's like mouth wide open, drooling, just again like I said, fiending for Usher. So then the whole thing now is, what are you doing if like that's your girl, if that's your baby your baby mom, your baby dad, or whatever? Right, like, are you cool with that? Was the baby father like,
I see.
Was the baby father being insecure? Or was he right? So, in terms of like my own opinions on it, I think there's some, again, because we don't know the whole thing. We don't. None of us know the whole thing. My thing is, right, one, Usher, out of all the people. You want to
that's where you started like Usher.
Usher.
I understand if it was like somebody cooler, but
exactly. You know the Boondock thing, like T.I. I can understand if you lose the thing to T.I. because I'd be like, damn, that's T.I. But
Usher,
it's kind of the same thing. I'm like, bro, that dude was burning. Do we all forget that dude was publicly burning? Like, I don't think you want to burn Keke, respectfully. right?
I mean, I think, like I said, me personally, the way I looked at it, she wasn't trying to get with Usher. She's
Yeah.
just, I guess you could say, she kind of playing into like the moment, like
Yeah.
like let's say you like go to a party, you're not like a party person, but you go to a party, you're playing up like your excitement, even though y'all just really dancing, y'all just
Yeah.
listening to music for real.
Well,
But it's
in terms of
it's the moment.
that's the thing. In terms of the dancing and all that is cool. Honestly, you're grown. It don't matter. You can literally dance it like that's just a wine in it. Like you're just dancing. You're not like unless there's something behind it and you
Unless
actually trying to get with
unless
Usher.
she's not grabbing meat, she's just
Yeah,
dancing.
dancing,
She's
right?
not doing nothing crazy.
Now,
She's not getting too
now,
in there.
what I will say is, like I said, we don't know the whole situation. My thing is, one, you was doing a lot for Usher. Just you're doing a lot, like you fiending over this man. But I get it. You were
Yeah,
fiending.
it's
And the dude should have never went to Twitter.
Yeah, he
If you had an issue,
yeah, so,
bring it up at home. That's my main thing.
Yeah,
I don't really
yeah.
care if
You
you have an
can't-
issue or not. Just don't. Why bring it up on Twitter?
Me personally, I'll be like this. All right, if I'm a house husband, 'cause let's just be real, that nigga's not famous. He does not get bread. He has a kid with a famous person. If she's not truly violating me, not to let it slide. Because you know what? I had the bag. In essence, I just won the lottery. I'm with a famous woman. She likes me. I don't have to do anything. She will pay so I can live.
The thing is,
So all I gotta
he
do
is kind of
is-
famous though. That I know the dude is
Is he?
kind of famous. Yeah,
He
like
is?
yeah. He's not like
See, because
super-
everybody on Twitter, everybody was talking about how he's basically a nobody. But
Nah,
I mean, I don't know. Because they be doing the same thing with Blueface, where they be like, oh,
Yeah.
Blueface not famous, while Christian Rock is like, no, he actually is. But
Yeah,
I mean,
nah, he's famous. He's not like Keke Palmer level famous, but dude is famous. I think I can't remember. I think he's like a baseball player or something. I might be wrong. I could be very wrong.
okay.
I could be very very wrong. But like he makes money. He makes
Oh,
money.
okay,
and he's
okay,
like,
okay,
kind of
okay,
famous.
okay. Okay,
He's
so I
kind of
retracted out. I retracted a little bit. All right, he's not literally a nobody, but still
he's
the
just
same
not
general
as-
idea applies. Where it's kind of like you have a good situation. I'm not saying like, oh, just because you have a good situation, say nothing. But like you have a good situation, you're just causing yourself problems
Yeah.
by like very publicly hopping into this discourse, wherein like there is a very debatable point of like, hey, she was just at a concert. If assumably you knew she was going to the concert at an Usher concert, even if you don't like her activity at the Usher concert, she went. So it's not really a good reason to like
I
try
think-
to publicly bash her about
I
it.
think that's why though. It was because he knew she was leaving. You see your woman leaving the house and you see what she's wearing. I think the issue was he didn't like what she was wearing to the concert before the concert, right? And then he saw the
maybe.
videos come out, and since he was already tight, he
He
then
just like he hopped into that, but
and the anger
Yeah.
he went on social media, in which I get it, you being angry and all that, you're not comfortable with what she's wearing, but just don't, not online, because then you got everybody else's opinion, and as the man, you're gonna
Yeah.
hold corn. You're gonna hold corn regardless. Like you're showing that you're not allowing her to be herself. Like that's not cool. Now,
One thing
I'll
know
say
about,
for
Yeah.
actually no, you.
I mean, there's an argument to be because I was thinking about it too. I'm like, there's an argument to be made for like he is allowed because in a relationship it should be y'all meet in the middle.
Mhm.
Nobody gets everything they want. Everybody gets to leave at least somewhat satisfied. All right. So she shouldn't literally just be able to wear wherever she wants. He gotta shut up. He should be allowed to at least comment on it and be like, hey, I don't think this is totally appropriate. And she respects his opinion and either says like, no, I think it's okay. Or she at least is like, all right, let's make an alternative, something I could wear, where it's like, I'm okay with it, you're okay with it, cool. So there's an aspect to that, but I just think taking it publicly is like it's like non-diplomacy. You're basically being like, I want to go above board and basically like attack you. In essence.
Yeah, you
It's
have
like,
to do that. One thing I know for sure about Keke Palmer is she's a very like lively and like energetic person. So her dancing like that doesn't surprise me, or her like reacting like that way. But
Now I
in
just feel
general,
bad though.
he shouldn't have gone to Twitter.
Yeah.
That's like the worst thing
Not
he
it.
could have done.
But then
Yeah.
now afterwards, I will say though, Kiki is kind of dragging it because now I don't think they're even together or like.
They did break
whatever.
up, yeah.
Yeah, they
As far
like
as I
broke
know.
up, and I'm like, bro, y'all have a kid though. That's not good for the kid. And y'all broke
Man,
up
I should be
over
breaking
this.
up whole couples. That's
Not
Yeah,
that,
I
bro,
mean-
over Usher
mean-
again. Also, another thing about that, if I'm him at home, I would not feel threatened by Usher because, right? The reason why I wouldn't feel threatened
No,
because if she decides to, if let's say it's my girl, right? Not Kiki Palmer specifically, but let's say it's my girl, right? And I saw a video of her dancing with Usher, right? And then let's say it became like public that she did something with Usher, I would feel upset, not because like I feel upset because Usher, you wanted to burn, bro. We knew publicly he had an STD. What is good with you? Nah,
yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't care about the dancing. The dancing is
Mm,
cool. You could do that. You a grown woman. You feel me? Like, cause the thing is, I saw another tweet where it's like the same people who were bashing Chance the Rapper are now defending Kiki Palmer. If you don't know about that situation, it's kind of similar. Chance the Rapper went to like Carnival or Cropova in like one of the Caribbean islands, right? And was like whining and dancing on a girl in the festival, and he has a wife, and everyone was just like, "You shouldn't be doing that if you have a
He
wife."
told us he has a wife many, many, many times through a
Many,
whole
many
album.
times.
He loves
So
his
then
wife.
everyone's just like, "You shouldn't be doing that as a husband. That's mad disrespectful. Do you even love your wife?" Like mad hate towards him are the same people
yeah,
that are defending Kiki Palmer for what she's doing. And to me, it's kind of like, listen, y'all are grown people. If you're married or with somebody, you had a kid with them, it's kind of deeper than just a dance in it. Like you can't be that childish no more because
yeah,
y'all
yeah.
got other priorities in it. So my thing is, if that was my girl, I would not even care about the dance. Now, if something happened afterwards, then I'd be like, bro, Usher, you got
Yeah,
that. Because ain't no way.
because the other thing
Ain't
to think
no
about
way.
is that, like, again, you have a kid with her. Like, it's like, unless you know she's a cheater or she's cheating, like, something like that shouldn't really matter because you guys have a kid. Like,
Exactly.
no matter what, even on like a very, very, very low level, she has to. She has to.
She's being
Well,
a
now
fan.
not
So it's kind of
anymore.
like,
Now they're broken up.
well, I mean, now, I mean,
Hate to see it.
previously y'all were living together, you guys had a thing going on, whatever it was. I don't know what your home life was, but at this point, you basically went nuclear with it in a situation where realistically, if you just weathered the storm and like maybe just at home y'all had an argument or whatever, it probably would have been fine. You guys would have went back to your usual system, whatever was going on before, and it would have been fine. But there you are.
Yeah, now you have a kid growing up with broken parents. That's
Yeah.
yeah, very
And
sad.
I really hope you're not poor because if you're poor, damn, that's crazy.
I mean, good thing
But
they're not poor. But Christian,
It could
what
be
are you
like,
doing if you had a girlfriend, you found a video of her just dancing at a party
that's
on another
fine.
dude?
It's like, well, I guess it depends on like how extreme it is and how like if it could like suggest something more. But like if it's just like general dancing, I think that's fine. Cause like people
yeah,
wanna, she's having fun, that's fine. Especially like in this, like if it was the same scenario of like, she goes to a concert, seeing her favorite artist, band or whatever, she's feeling for him, just being a fan. Maybe like an extra
yeah,
fan, but like that's still a fan. And there's always like, at least most of the time, there's usually a separation between like the artist and the fan itself. Like depending on how like big they are, if they're like huge, then there's definitely gonna be like, oh, I'm just watching this person, like this celebrity or artist, but they don't like know me, so
Mm.
they're not like interacting with her specifically. But it
yeah.
could depend because like if they're on like the same level of like, I
I
guess
guess it's kind
celebrity
of
or fame, then
because they kind of are on the same level. Like Usher and Kiki Palmer are kind of like in the same level of fame.
Ballpark, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So
I
that's why
mean,
I'm like,
yeah,
like if you're famous, like all the difference is fame is that people pay attention to you more. So
yeah,
I think like to bring it to like something more real, it's like if you were to go to a party or you didn't go, but like your girl or your woman went out to a party, and you just saw a video on like Snapchat or Instagram of her just dancing with a guy. It's kind of like
yeah. I mean,
yeah.
if he's uncomfortable with how she dresses, how she dances, that's not like necessarily
That's not
bad. It's just like how he reacts to that. Like going on
yeah.
Twitter,
that makes it
that
bad.
makes it worse. But like being like, "Ayo," I'm like, be like, let me get my thoughts together. Being like, what you were wearing made me feel some type of way a little bit.
Yeah.
Go on about it like that way, just like expressing your feelings towards it. That's like a better way of doing it. Now, how
Yeah,
she would have reacted to that, I don't know, because I don't know Kiki
Yeah.
Palmer, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I think
I
it also
think for
depends on it depends on the girl, like you were about to say. Like I think it depends on who you're with, because the thing is, and it's kind of a sad world we live in. I'm not saying all girls are like this, but like some are. But like let's say as a guy, like you say, if you do this, like I'm not really too comfortable with that. Like it makes me feel like a certain way. Some girls don't care. Like some women don't care. They're like, makes you feel a certain way. Like you shouldn't be feeling that.
That's a sexy man right there. It makes you feel a certain type
Yeah.
of way. You shouldn't feel a certain type of way about anything.
Exactly. Like as a man, I can't believe like you would be insecure. Like I'm not saying all women like that. Majority aren't, but like some are.
Yeah.
So
Some
it kind
are.
of it depends. It depends on like your partner too. But I do agree. I think that's the best way to go about it. And like you said, in a good relationship, it's like 50-50. So it's kind of like,
Yeah.
hey,
50
I'm
50
not trying to,
feelings.
yeah, I'm not trying to control what you wear, but like I don't like this kind of makes me feel like this certain way. Like could you
Communicate.
possibly or something?
A little bit of relationship advice. Communication is key.
Yeah.
I'll
And
tell you
listening.
right now.
And listening.
Listening. Communication and listening. This combination, beautiful, truly. But for me personally, I'm not the jealous type. Really, like the only way I really care, like personally, is if it just sounded weird. Like, okay, little insight, no details. I am in a relationship.
Me too.
Sometimes.
Me
He's
too.
another
Yeah.
shit. He's another shit.
Okay, Christian, you're
I don't
next.
know
Christian, you're
about
next.
that.
Anyway,
Shout out to you.
No. So real my hero academia. You're next, but not you. Yeah, yes sir. But for me personally, I'm in a relationship, whatever. Sometimes, well, okay, I would say overall, our girlfriend could do. She's my show. You don't want to get into nothing. I'm probably whatever she does for the most part. Only times I really feel weird about it is if it's like the other person she's interacting with, usually that guy, the other person she's interacting with seems like they're being kind of weird or like they're like trying to make an advance or something. That would bother me. But like in a situation like this where it's like, oh, I know she's going there and she's fangirling and stuff. I'm, I know she's not gonna do anything because I know how she is. So I'm gonna let her do her thing. And as long as the guy she's interacting with, he doesn't seem like, oh, he's trying to get something out of her. I mean, I know she's gonna say no, but as long as that's not the case, I really have no reason to feel a certain kind of way about the situation because I know my girlfriend. I would need to be. I am secure in my relationship enough that I'm like, do your thing, just enjoy your life.
Honestly, I'm the exact same way. Like I'm not really jealous. Not only that, I trust my girlfriend. So it's kind of like do you in it, Christian? It's okay. You're gonna get there.
No. I'm happy for you guys. I'm happy.
That's so sad.
No. No.
Listen, I know. Like, I understand your struggle. Julian doesn't. He doesn't understand. Okay, I understand your struggle.
No. It's cool. It's cool. I'm just
That's funny.
anyway. Speaking about communication and listening, the actors and writers strike is still going on. They have
Yeah.
they've yet to come
W
with,
transition.
what's it called? They have yet to like find a good contract or like agreement with like certain like high studios, or not high studios, like big studios like Disney, Warner Bros, Apple, Netflix, things like that.
Yeah.
I think the main
Honestly, I genuinely don't get it. Like Disney, y'all are basically a monopoly. Do you know how much y'all own? Walt Disney owns so much.
Now
Just pay them more.
I saw a chart of like how much like they're asking for in percentages of like I guess percentage of like how much Disney makes, and they will only lose like not even 1%, like 0.01%. They wouldn't lose that much.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, to be fair, it's Disney, so that's like
Yeah.
probably millions upon millions of dollars. But still, it's like, but I mean, then again, remember, they're monopoly. They've already gotten rid of all the competition. They don't want to hear. Okay, I'm gonna curse because I just want to. They don't want to hear shit from these little peons. They don't want to hear from these people. They're like, I'm not giving you. They don't want to give them money out of principle. Y'all are haters. Fuck out my face. That's how they feel. That's honestly how they feel. And obviously, they should know better because honestly, everything they have is based on writers. And a lot of the problems they're having now with just Marvel, for example, is because They need better writers. They need the writers to do better. So paying the writers better, the writers work harder.
More
We
motivation.
can
You
continue
get
to
your
have
return
a
on it.
bigger and bigger
Get your
monopoly.
return on
But
investment.
because they're like, I guess you could say the whoever's up the hierarchy, they're like, I just don't want to, and so it's going to create an issue. But eventually they're going to have to give up because the fact of the matter is, you literally need writers.
Yeah, it's also not a good look for a company like Disney
not.
being child friendly. Everyone's welcome. We love everyone. We support everyone. We go for the world. We're good for the world. Even though we all know you're, the bajillion
Let's just be
dollar
real.
company.
Y'all don't care about
Y'all don't
anybody.
care. But if that's your image and it's taking you this long to pay the people that make that image, literally script that image for you, taking you that long to pay them properly without you even losing money because you have everything, it's not
It's
good for
kinda
your
like,
image, fam.
it's just not. It's not.
And future hires, because now people not gonna want to work for you.
Which is
That's
also
true.
true. It's also true.
And it's kind of,
But
I guess, scary for the future of like writing, especially now with AI. Like if they're gonna incorporate that more, like if they would use AI to like write an entire script. And then I remember one of the things that they were negotiating, was the, I guess, protection for the actors, because there was like, I don't know if you guys seen that Black Mirror episode where it was like the very first episode of like a season that came out in June, and basically the episode was this woman was like on Netflix, like in the TV world, and they were using like her likeness in the show. So it was kind of like a thing with this situation now where they want protection for actors because they don't want studios using AI for their likeness. Basically just using AI and putting them in the movie, but it's not actually them. And they wouldn't get paid for it. So they would get like no money from
which is
that.
also true.
So the studios basically just use the actor's likeness for free forever. So that was one of the things they want to talk about. Also just better wages, hours, working conditions, all that.
Yeah.
And they were not budging at all.
Yeah, true. And they're not the only workers being taken advantage of, like Lizzo's workers. They were kind of in a worse position.
They were
That
that
sounds
the
so
banana
bad.
stuff. I was like, bro, what? Listen,
The
no,
bananas.
no, the okay. I'm not even gonna lie. The jokes about like, oh, how are you gonna be overweight?
Ah,
No, because I was about to. No,
you have
see,
to cut that out. You got to cut
no.
the
See, I
out.
don't know. Am I PC or am I not PC? Because sometimes I go off the handle. Other times I'd be like, nah, that's kind of crazy. Can't say that.
Are you gonna be big bone and then make like
Then you
body
make fun of
shame
other
your
people,
dancers?
exactly.
It's mad
And the crazier
hypocritical.
thing about it is that realistically, they're dancers. Therefore, meaning they're probably more fit than you are.
That's true.
That's
Let's
true.
let's just keep it a thou wow. They do physical activity.
No matter
Right,
the
girl.
size. Exactly. Not even
I just keep
honestly,
it
the
real.
fact that you locking them in a room. What? You
Yeah.
taking their phones, deleting stuff. What? Also, Lizzo.
Yeah, my phone deletes. I don't know. I might have sworn.
Do these people not consider their image when they be doing stuff in the back? You feel me? Like,
Well, to be fair, I'm gonna keep it so real. A lot of people do that. I'm 100% sure that a lot of famous people who have people who like work under them,
Definitely.
they not treat those people well. I was even watching, ironically, I run preach. They're dancers, and they talk about like spoke a little bit about the situation. They're like, from perspective dancer, they're like, bro, imagine, okay, because think about it, dancers are normally thought of to be like skinny people,
Yeah.
like look fit. So you think about these larger dancers, they're basically just not getting hired. Period. So Lizzo's basically like, I'm taking this group of unhired workers and basically being like, y'all can work for me. So I imagine on their part, they're kind of like, I want to be a dancer, and I am large. I am not realistically going to become skinny. If I want to work as a dancer, I'm going to shut the fuck up. Obviously, at some point, you gotta take,
you gotta have some respect for yourself
Yeah,
and some pride.
Exactly. But I imagine if I was in that situation where I was like, bro, if I want to work in the field I want to work in, I just gotta suck it up. Yes,
Oh,
there was a
makes sense.
banana. There was a banana. There was a thingy. I might just need to eat
Wow.
that banana.
For what
I might just
reason?
need
What?
to.
What? No, but what's the reason though? Because what are you doing as a dancer that you need to be doing that? Because ain't no way. You're just doing that. What mentally is wrong with you to have your dancers do that? That's not a part of dancing. You feel me? That's not a part of
Honestly,
dancing.
I'm just
Crazy.
gonna keep it so real. I'm just keep it so real. She's probably horny. She just thought it was hot. She thought it was hot. She was like, "All right, so I'm just gonna make these people do it."
Hollywood's messed up,
I
fam.
So,
mean,
Hollywood's messed up.
like I said,
kind
being
of remind me
famous is
down to earth
not
a
a
little bit.
being famous and having like oh, not it's kind of like having slaves, honestly. Low key, it's kind of like having slaves. You as a normal person, it really breaks down on your mind when people just listen to you and say yes to your thing. After a certain point, it's just, if you don't have like real checks in your mind where you have real people who you interact with who just tell you no regularly, eventually it's gonna get to the point where you're just gonna start being like, why would I not do what I want? Because they're not gonna say no, and they're not gonna do anything about it
That's
if they want to say no.
dangerous. Dangerous.
Exactly, and that's how a lot of these actors and really powerful people end up in these situations where like they get exposed for doing all these crazy things because for so like there's probably a point where they did have the limiters. After a certain point, it starts being like, why do I have limiters on myself when they serve no purpose?
Maybe
I'm
that
always
could be
gonna
a
get in
job.
trouble anyway.
Maybe that
Huh?
could be a job. Professional like haters. You hire them for like your celebrities to bring them back down.
I guess that
Yeah.
might be like their image coach or something like that.
Oh, that
People
like
who
nah,
manage
but
your
PR.
But they get paid.
Nah,
They would
that's
get
different
paid.
though. That's different because that's PR training, and PR training is for like public showing. Like you present yourself to be
Oh,
a
so
good
you mean
person.
like behind the
It
scenes?
doesn't mean like I'm talking about behind the scenes. Like if you take YouTubers that become famous, right? A lot of the times because they start off as normal people, it depends on who you have around them, right? Like the sidemen and like KSI and the people from the UK, right? Like
Mm.
his group are like one of his like they make fun of him all the time and bring him back down to earth because since he's so big, it's kind of like you gotta hold smoke. You feel me? You're the biggest person here, so we can make fun of you. So you're bringing back down to earth. A lot of the time, some YouTubers don't have that in their friend group, right? I'm pretty sure Mr. Beast has the same thing. Like if he has like an idea that's kind of stupid or he has something that's kind of stupid, like he has people around him like, bro, are
Yeah.
you dumb? Like
He has,
that
he
makes
has
no
his whole
sense.
team. He has his whole team around them, and
Exactly.
while they all, in a sense, they benefit off
Off.
his genius, his plans, and everything. At the end of the day, they're all part of the team. They're necessary parts of the team. So they probably have a good sway where, like, he comes up with an idea or he wants to do something that maybe is a little weird or whatever. They could be like, relax, and you listen to them because he came up with them.
And they're your friends. I feel like you need to get that for celebrities. I don't know how you make them friends, but you kind of need
It's
that.
hard once
like,
you're there because
another
then
person.
you
True.
could just easily fall into just attracting people who are just like yes men who just say yes to everything.
Yeah.
I
The
guess
problem is that, like, when you get people when you're already famous, they start just being like, well, I need you to keep making money. You keep making money, I'm close to you, I get paid. So it's kind of like they benefit from the fact that, like, you just keep doing your thing. So it's like, it's a conflict of interest. Like, if they were hired to do it, it's like, it's in their best interest to not get fired because, they get paid by that. So it's a tricky balance. That's why it's like, it's good to have, like, friends and people because, like, in a sense, they benefit from it. But also, they knew you at your weakest. So they know better than to just be caught up in, like, the glamour of, oh, you've changed. But, like, you still that little boy. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel as though we just need somehow like some way to fix like rich people and famous people from doing dumb things like buying Twitter and changing it to a stupid letter.
That was such a weird. I don't know.
See, I stopped-
The rebrand is not holding because see, X sounds cool, but the problem is I like whenever I see the name X on Twitter, the way I think about it is like it was called Twitter, and then some famous guy was like, I need a cool name, and so it was like, nah, too many long names. Like
None of
when you
that.
think about it, like when you think
He
about it like that,
fired
it's
the
like,
team. He fired the whole team, by the way. Like he took over Twitter, fired the people that work from there, and then just changed change the branding. Like normally when somebody buys a company, you're either there to keep the team and change the branding, or you're there to keep the branding and change the team, or keep something because the app is doing well. Instead, he just killed it. He took away the team, changed whatever he wanted to change on it, changed the name, changed the branding, changed the interface, changed everything.
I think he's trying to go for like a psychological play of like it's no longer Twitter, so stop trying to compare it to old Twitter. I mean, it's not gonna happen because I mean, literally, it just is Twitter. This is a fact. But I think there's like a psychological sense to it where like because it literally has technically nothing to do with Twitter, people are less likely to like bring. Because even now I think about it, like the discourse around X, people just call it Twitter, but they don't really bring up old Twitter as much as like when it first happened. It was like every 5 seconds, it was like, bro's ruined the app. He's ruined the app.
Well,
But I was
Twitter
like,
people also ruin Twitter because
I mean, it is. Like I said, it was successful.
Twitter.
I mean, it is successful. Just be real.
It's horrible app, by the way. The only reason why I'm on it is because my like close friends are on it, and my account is private, so I just use it to tweet a bunch of nonsense that I find funny. That's it.
I personally deleted it. I didn't like it, and I don't like the rebrand because I don't know. A lot of companies do it now where they kind of like do more like really minimalist, like modern type of branding. Even like with like fast food restaurants like McDonald's nowadays isn't as colorful as it used to be. And just I don't like naming the app just X. It's just not, I don't know. I guess I just
Also,
like
as
It's just it's a
as a
try
graphic
hard.
design major-
I guess the best way to put it is like it's a try hard name.
Not only
It's
that,
like
as
you're
a
trying
graphic
to-
design major, the logo sucks too. As a graphic design major, the logo and app icon, because what is that white splatter paint? It looks like the bird, like,
I just like Twitter.
excuse my
It was-
French, shit it all over the logo.
I just like Twitter. Like it was a nice bird, made sense. You tweet,
Yeah,
sent a
Yeah,
message,
it was just
got a little bird sound. Like it was cool.
previously it was good. It was good
it was
stuff.
good.
If it
And
ain't
then
broke,
he
don't
just
fix
ruined
it.
it. Exactly,
Yeah.
but he broke
He
it.
needs to stick to space. Get us to Mars.
Get us to
I'd be happy.
Yeah, he needs
I
to
like
fix
your
his
car.
face.
I like your car. Get us to Mars. We're good. SpaceX. Stop right there. No more X's. Tesla. T. Good. Leave it. We're done. No more
We're
stuff.
done.
You don't need the app. You don't need the app.
We don't. That is true. And he needs to fix it, just like how the people that got they ass handed to them on August 5th need to get their face fixed too. Montgomery
We're killing
Raw,
the
Alabama.
transitions.
Oh yeah.
You can't lie. Them past few transitions been cold, fam.
That whole
They are good for this.
that whole bro was a mess,
But-
man.
Big up Aquaman. Big up to the black people that can swim. I'm one of them, by the way. Listen, I would have done the same thing if I was you. And you a 16-year-old kid beating grown folk business. I stand that. I stand it. Because then white people couldn't do anything. They were scared. Shout out to the three bros that also came up as soon as they needed. As soon as that hat went up in the air, them three bros that came through like, all right, what time are we on? And half shout out to the grandpa with the chair. Because, listen, at first I was rocking with you, but then you hit the lady on the head where she was already down. It was, even the cops that were backing us at that point were like, all right, bro, you're doing too much. You got to relax.
Nah, bro was out for blood. He was just like, honestly, just chair power.
The
No,
video was
literally,
so funny.
in real time, you saw power corrupt. He was like, I got the power of the chair.
All they had to
And
do
he was just like, I'm smiting the people.
Because she was already laying down. She was like, you already saw her get beat to the ground. She's already laying down. He comes out of nowhere. Pug.
all they had to do was move the boat. All they had to do was
That's
move
it.
the
That's
boat.
all they had to do. But now they
now
was
look at
racist.
you.
And
Now look at you. Looking dumb as hell on the ground. Come on. now.
looking dumb.
That's
And the thing is, the
William
security guy said, "Oh, you think I'm not with the smoke? I'm with the smoke. Let's run it. Let's run it."
Yeah.
I was so happy. That day made me so. I don't think y'all understand how many times I watched that video. That video made me so happy, and the fact that the police were on our side, that was valid. Yeah,
As it should be.
whole thing valid.
yeah. What's next? Oh, we got another fight. We gotta talk about Logan Paul,
Good
my
transition.
boy. Well, not my boy. My boy be scamming people. Well, not my boy. I keep on saying my boy. Anyway, he be scamming people. Anyway, so here's the situation. All right, I kind of give you guys a little bit of synopsis, but for the listeners, all right. So Logan Paul, he be doing stuff. He's a boxer now, whatever. He's getting in a fight with this guy called Dylan Dennis. I don't really know that much about him. I think he does MMA. He's a boxer. He's somebody, but people don't like him apparently. Anyway,
All I know is
we're
that
gonna
he poured coffee on KSI at the last fight. That's all I saw all over Instagram. So
well,
that's it. That's all I know.
it's good to know. But right, Logan recently proposed to his girlfriend. They're gonna get married. Nice, good for him.
Love.
Dylan Danis is like, this is a weakness that I will take full advantage of. And so,
Dirty.
Logan's wife, well, soon to be wife, is a model. So she takes a lot of pictures and stuff with a lot of different people. She rubbing elbows with all those famous people. Dan said, your girlfriend has been through every man in earth. And she's just been posting every picture she has with anyone. Leonardo DiCaprio, Bill Nye the Science Guy.
That's so wild.
Who else? It's just mad people. It's just a lot of people. A lot of people. Like, if you want to look it up, just look it up. It's so many people. It's like there's a video. He made a compilation video of it. He made a compilation video of it with music. It's bad. The craziest thing about this is psychological play because a lot of those people weren't even her boyfriends. They're just people she took pictures with. But they're all mixed up together. So everybody's just so if you're a normal person, just look at it, you're just like, dang. Everybody be smashing this girl. In reality, like really. a couple of those people, maybe.
I like to believe Bill Nye hit. That'd be funny. Imagine Bill Nye.
That would be funny.
You want to learn about some biology, about some reproduction,
some chemical reactions.
It's crazy. And the craziest thing about it is that she has interviews, and she basically just says like, "I like fucking." And that's normal.
That's fair.
But because it's like the two things combined. It's like you got the mad pictures. You get the mad pictures with her with a bunch of dudes. And then she's also on video being like, bro, a little peen in the day. How you mad at it? It's like it's normal. But it's like the combination of two. It's like you're already being called out. Well, not her. She's not really being called out. But if the joke is, oh, he be doing a bunch of the nasties with a bunch of people. It doesn't help that you basically said, like, I like doing that stuff. It's like those two things they go together. It makes it look bad. Like I said, is this like nasty work? Oh, it is the definition of nasty work. He's in the dirt trying to destroy Logan. The fight still not fight. I think like a month or two. But he has thrown Logan through the mud. And honestly, I'm here for it. It's hilarious. It's pretty funny.
I think the funniest thing is that, because that's all that boxing is. Boxing is at most a mind game. Like, it's physical, it's very physical demanding sport, but it's a mind game. So it's smart on his, like, and I guess to do that. But I think also Logan Paul probably got it because you know how much hate or, like, criticism or jokes this man gets from his past?
A lot of it justified. A lot of it
is justified. I'm not saying it's not justified. I'm just saying he has to deal with that daily. Think about the Japan situation. He still gets talked about that from because of that.
It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy.
Exactly. So you think he's really worried about the fact that his wife slept with a bunch of people? I bet a lot of people's wives slept with a bunch of people.
And it doesn't matter. In this case, she's owning it too. Like, she doesn't seem to be disputing it. So, like, if anything, I don't think it would do that much.
I mean, it would be hard to dispute anyway.
It's definitely a petty-ass move. I've never heard it.
It's super petty. It's super petty. It just makes it, honestly, it's almost strictly just makes him look bad. It's not even like it's really bad. Like, we really think about it, it's like, okay, she potentially slept with a lot of, like, famous people. But it's not the fact that she's famous. It's just like,
I just want to know how much time he spent on this.
Again, let's think about it. The first picture he posted was her with Leonardo DiCaprio. Niggas love Leonardo. All right, yeah. That nigga's my favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. All right.
Oh my god.
I can't get mad about that. I'll just keep it real. I keep it real.
People love DiCaprio.
So I'm just keeping it real. I'm like, a lot of these people, like, if it was just a bunch of like random ugly looking dudes, I'd be like, a dang. That's kind of an L. But I'm like, these are household names that we're talking about.
You could look at it as a glass half full. Out of all these dudes that she could have ended up with, she chose to marry you. So you must have a different type of sauce.
Also true. It's kind of like it looks bad on like a very surface level, but when you really think about it, it's kind of like just not really. But that's the point. It's for the normies. Normies are not going to think about this longer than 2 seconds. They're just going to see girl, Logan Paul's wife with a picture of another dude, and basically be like, "You're a cock." And that's it. That's all. That's the first they get. They stop. They stopped right there. There's no more thinking.
This is probably just come and go. After a week or so.
Honestly, no. For now, it's kind of coming and going because, I mean, it's shocking at first, but now it's kind of like, all right, we're kind of over it. We get it. Now, when they fight, Logan got to win. If Logan loses, I don't care. I'm making fun of him.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be funny. It's going to be funny. It's like, dang, this nigga's bitch, dude.
Honestly,
he said, your wife be smashing, and you're a bitch because he beat you up. You can't come back from that.
See, now I gotta see. Now I really. Now that you said that, now I got to see both of y'all reactions to that fight, which is why I think we should start having a reaction channel or like some reaction content.
We could do the reaction content.
W transition. I'm telling you, I'm killing these transitions today on God. Fam.
Reaction content coming soon.
All right. So, actually, part of the reason why I brought this topic because there's been the discourse. I think it's about streamers, XQC, Hassan, various other streamers, and people in their reaction content like re-uploading it onto YouTube and like how that should be thingy. Honestly, it's really simple. It's called, hey, you do a reaction on a video. You watch the video in full. Cool. Make sure you have an actual reaction. You cannot leave the video on and go somewhere else. You cannot sit in silence, watch the video, and be like, cool, next video. You can't do that. Those two are like cardinal sins. I feel like most people can unanimous. Actually, not even most people. Pretty much a unanimous agreement that that's just not okay. That's not okay. You can't just especially you can't do that and then put it on YouTube.
Well, when you're on stream, a lot of people like reaction content where the reactor is literally just watching the video play all the way through. Like, you see the comments that be like, yo, why you pause this so much? Like, bro, why are you watching a reaction video? Watch the original video, dummy.
But to be fair, that's something that's just streamers, right? Say? Wait, what you say?
No, I was saying to be fair, some people do pause too much. Like, I've seen videos where 5 seconds in, depending on like what the video is, if they get hyped for it, bro, they be pausing like every 10 to 20 seconds. But usually it's only in the beginning. Towards the end, they kind of just like let it run. But I mostly watch like a lot of like music reaction shit. Some videos too, but a lot of music.
That's my thing too. If you're gonna watch like a music reaction, I get being annoyed if they pause it like every 10 seconds, right? I get that. Or like, I get that if you're annoyed, but my thing is, if they pause it like 3 times, why are you getting annoyed?
Yeah.
Just listen to the song. You literally have the song out there.
Honestly, it just comes down to, like I said, I can kind of understand it because the audience want that, but realistically, you're not really dealing with the audience. Putting the audience aside, on a creator to creator level, it is flagrant because the main part is that once you're on Twitch, because we're talking about like huge streamers, so we're talking about XQC, who watch streams constantly, Hassan streams constantly, these bigger streamers, it's fine for you guys to have like a couple moments where you guys are like, I just don't want to talk. It's been 4 hours that I've been on stream. I have another 4 hours to go. Maybe I don't feel like talking right now. I don't feel like thinking. That's fine. The problem is like the re-upload to YouTube. It's kind of like you can't take that video because we didn't do anything in that video. This is not a YouTube video. This is just the original YouTube video, but with your face on the side. That is not okay. I think that's more unfair to say that that's not okay. Yeah. We will be doing that. That's just a fact. Mostly because, beyond the fact that we're just not streaming, also, let's begin doing a YouTube channel. Whatever. Sure. I'm not trying to get in beef with no YouTubers. I'm not trying to have them be like, give me this video's revenue or I'm going to copyright strike you. I don't want that. I don't want that problem. So
you ain't got to worry about that because I have grand reactions to things. I'll be reacting to stuff when I'm watching it like I am streaming. I'll be like, y'all see it? and nobody there. So
Nah, it really do be like that. I honestly put me in front of the right video, I'd be like,
exactly. So nah, I ain't got to worry about that. Or music, but music we'll stay away from because that gets caught. That gets claimed like that.
no, music gets
Facts.
music don't play. They do not play. So yeah. Overall, I would say, well, for me personally, I'm like the situation's kind of. It basically it's just morally it's not okay. You shouldn't do it because it's kind of rude. Technically, you can. There's like nothing legally wrong with it in a sense. So you can make arguments about it, whatever. But the fact of the matter is, you shouldn't. You should care about your fellow creator. That you shouldn't like try to jack their YouTube video. Don't put the same
Mm-hmm.
thumbnail as the original YouTube video. Don't do that. That's kind of crazy.
That is crazy.
You know, that sort of stuff. It's just like
That's just straight stealing.
it really it gets kind of crazy. But yeah, that's my personal opinion. And as far as us as the campfire, there will be reactions in the near future.
Yeah. And that should be it for the topics of the podcast. That was good. It's been 2 hours.
Yeah,
That's
good stuff, good stuff.
the longest podcast we've ever had.
Podcast.
Woo!
I think I thought we'd done longer. I thought we'd done longer.
Nah.
Nah,
Really?
we've done multiple episodes in a day,
But this is
so
the
that's why it
longest-
probably felt longer.
This
This is the longest one.
Well,
Hope you enjoyed.
make it. We're breaking right now. Longest episode of the podcast.
Any final thoughts?
Sir.
I hope y'all enjoyed the podcast. I hope y'all moms are right, y'all dads there, your cat's doing okay, your pets are alive, and you're happy and doing well. And I hope that you do something kind for somebody else this week.
Nice message.
I'm evil, so actually I prefer if you do something mean to somebody and then put it in the comments. It make me laugh.
Yeah, I honestly, balance. Life is about balance. Duality of man.
Do something nice, do something petty. Makes you feel
Yeah,
good.
honestly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There you go. That's our advice.
All right. Well,
Oh,
this
alright.
concludes this episode of the Campfire Podcast.
Like, comment, subscribe, listen,
all that
on everything.
stuff in the description.
Do all the things. Ring the bell. Ring the naughty bell.
Ring the bell.
Share with your
Uh-huh.
friends. Make them subscribe. Make them subscribe right now.
Yeah. Share with your family members, your dogs, your cats, your uncles, your fathers, your teachers, your mothers, your boss. Maybe not the principal, but share with your principal too.
Yeah.
We will be back sometime, hopefully in September. But
Yep.
we'll keep you guys posted with developments and videos and stuff. And yeah, so take it easy. Peace.
Have a good one. Goodbye.
Peace.